Welcome back to the 2024 USA Powerlifting Massachusetts State Championship. If you guys were here this morning, welcome back. If you guys are tuning in just now for the first time, welcome aboard. We are lifting, squatting, benching, and deadlifting.
We are.
At the Verve Hotel in Natick, Massachusetts. My name is Liz. I'm a New Hampshire State referee, and I'm joined by...
And my name is Madison. I am a Massachusetts State referee.
So we got two referees here, but we're just here to commentate, add some color to what would otherwise be a very quiet live stream
Let
for you
know
guys.
what's going on.
First off, first thing, we've got squats happening here. We've got Mark on platform 2 and John on platform 1. The basic gist of how this is going to work is everybody's going to squat. We've got two flights or rounds of squats on each platform here. Everybody's going to take 3 attempts at the squat to try to squat the most weight they possibly can. Then we'll have a break. We'll move on to benching. Same deal. 2 rounds on each platform. Everybody tries to bench as much as they can over the course of 3 attempts. And then we'll move on to deadlifts after that. That's the basic gist of what we're doing today.
Exactly.
But starting off with squats, I know some of you guys have probably been around the block a few times, but some of you guys, your family and friends, may be joining us for the first time. Madison, can you tell us a little bit about the rules of the squat?
Of course. So you saw John have a good lift there on platform 1 and Mark on platform 2. Some things that we're looking for in good lifts. We want to make sure that all lifters are hitting the same criteria for depth. That means your hip crease has to drop below the top of your knee. That's something that those refs on the platform are looking for. Other things, got to make sure your knees are locked out at the start and finish of the squat. Got to make sure your knees, you're fully upright. Feet can't move at all. You can't step out of the squat at all. So there's quite a few things that you got to make sure you're doing correctly on squats, but when you get it right, you get it right.
That's right, and we've got 2 commands for the squat here.
2 commands. The
That's
first
right.
one, of course, after the lifter unracks the bar, they get a squat command from the front ref. Then they can go ahead and squat. Then, once they've successfully completed their squat, they have to wait to get that rack command.
That's right. So you'll see here on platform 2, Terrence went for 190. It looks like he got 2 red lights with red card infractions. And as you mentioned first, one of the biggest things we're looking for is that hip crease to go below the top of the knee joint. And in this case, it looks like 2 of the referees thought that he didn't quite squat
Didn't quite squat deep
Yeah.
enough. But he'll come and hopefully try that same weight again on a second attempt. Of course, when you do miss a lift, you can choose to go up in weight, but usually the safer bet is to take the same weight again, just to make sure you do get a good lift on your scoring card.
And what happens if you don't make a successful
Well, what
lift?
happens if you don't get any of your 1 lift, say you don't make any of your squats, you do get disqualified from the meet. So that's why it's really important to make sure you do get 1 of each lift on the board so you can post a total.
That's right. And I'm sure a lot of these people have been training a long time for the state championship meet.
Exactly.
And if they were to be disqualified, that would be pretty disheartening.
There's a lot of work that's gone into these lifts in this competition for sure. It's a big day for these lifters. They want to make sure they're making the most of the day.
That's right. And speaking of big day, this is the last session of this weekend-long state championship meet. The types of competitors you'll find here this afternoon are basically all of the non-collegiate men that weigh above 82.5 kilos.
Yep, 90 and
So,
above.
90 and
all
above.
men. So these are going to be some of the biggest lifts that we've seen on the platform this whole weekend.
That's right. And we have a mix of raw lifters. We have 1 equipped lifter joining
We
us today. And
do.
we have 2 bench-only lifters today.
Oh,
So we have a
nice.
nice mix of what you guys are going to see as far as levels of equipment on each lifter, as well as different specialties for each lifter
Yeah,
as well.
I'll be excited to see that. Ooh, I'll be excited to see that equipped lifter. Looks like Pasquale had a little bit of a hard time rewhacking the weight, but I think he will get a good lift.
And the good news is those spotters and loaders there to help him as well.
Oh, he didn't quite make it on depth, it looks like.
Yeah, that's
But
unfortunate.
again, he'll come and try that same weight, hopefully on his second attempt.
That's right. And shout out Northeastern Powerlifting for doing a phenomenal job spotting and loading, not only this morning, getting us done early, but also again this afternoon. Back doing the hardest work here at the meet is putting the weight on that bar and then making sure all of our lifters are safe.
For sure. Beautiful opener out of Noah.
That's right. I was just going to say that was so smooth.
That was very
to
caught
turn.
our eye. Yeah, that's my team, Northeastern Powerlifting. It's my 4th year on the team. That's who I lift for. Those are my best buddies out there, keeping everyone safe today. And a lot of those kids were lifting yesterday as well, competed yesterday. So props to them for getting back out there today and spotting and loading.
Yeah, they're doing
I'm really proud of them.
They're doing the Lord's work up
They are.
there.
They are. Yeah, we got a great team behind us.
We are already nearing the end of first attempt
Yeah,
squats
these are
on
going
both
pretty
platforms.
fast. Yeah. We've got Dan on platform 1 and Angel on platform 2.
I hope they get the squat
squats.
command at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Oh,
close.
just a little early. Beautiful openers out of both of them.
Yeah, so these opening attempts, obviously you want to make sure you make a successful lift so you don't get disqualified. But as far as choosing the weight that you pick for your first attempt, most lifters, the general rule of thumb is they're going to pick something that they could do for 2 or 3 reps on any day, including their worst day.
You want it to be a weight that you can hit very easily, because there's a lot of factors that go into your performance at a meet. You might be cutting a little bit of weight, you might be restricting a little bit of water, you might have had to travel a long way for the meet, you might be lifting at a different time than you normally do. So you want to make sure that your first lift will safely keep you in the meet.
That's right. And speaking of traveling a long way, we have Mike Chapman here of Team Stand Strong. Stand Strong Sports Performance is based out of Wilton, Maine. I was just talking with one of the head coaches there. They traveled over 4 hours to be here today.
Wow, good for them.
And that looks like a good,
gorgeous first squat out of him.
Mike. Yeah,
wow, with the widest grip ever.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, you'll see a lot of people, they've trained really hard. They've traveled a pretty long way, and just putting in an easy squat for that first one, that's what's going to secure their place, at least on the board for squats. We'll see how deadlifts and bench turns out, but at least for squats, which is getting that first squat in, is usually the most nerve-wracking for people.
For sure.
You're going to see some conservative first attempts.
Definitely.
You're probably not going to see very many PR attempts on first attempts.
No, hopefully not. Yeah, you want to leave some gas on the tank for your second and third attempts for sure.
That's right.
And we're actually starting second attempts now, back with John Facada on platform 1. Something I hear out of a lot of coaches is that your second attempt, you want it to be a setup for your third attempt. You want to prove to yourself and to your coach or whoever's putting in your next attempt how much you really can do on that third attempt. You want your second attempt to kind of set up and prove what you want on your third.
Yeah, not only prove, but prime, right?
Yeah.
You want to give yourself enough gas left in the tank
gorgeous second
to be able
attempt
to add weight, and that was a very smooth.
Yeah.
I would say arguably that should have been his first attempt.
Yeah, wow.
But, get yourself in the right mindset to lift a heavy weight, prime yourself for a heavier lift, but also leave some gas in the tank so that if you need to grind something out on your last, that you have gas left to do so.
Here's our equipped lifter.
Here
I know
comes
Edwin. Wow, yeah. All right, so he's taking 280 kilos for his opening attempt. That's just about 617 pounds.
for an opener. So you'll see here, he's competing single ply, which is the kind of like the least amount of equipment you can wear and be like an equipped lifter. You'll also see that, so that single ply is talking to the suit that he's wearing.
Yep.
He's also wearing knee wraps, different from you'll see on platform 1 where Pasquale is wearing knee sleeves. The knee wraps you can get real tight.
Oh yeah, do right, let's for Edwin.
And that's one of the reasons why he's
and
squatting
Pasquale's
600.
in the meet.
Yay! So did he go up or did he take the same attempt? He took the same attempt.
Took the same attempt, which is, I would argue, the correct call.
I agree as well. If you're missing an opener, generally, for any reason other than skipping a command, I would retake.
Definitely.
Just to be on the safe side.
Definitely. So yeah, Edwin there, he's equipped. He's got that single ply suit. You'll see that his descent was super, super slow compared to maybe a raw lift out of most other lifters. And that's because that suit and also those knee wraps are super restrictive, and you really have to fight against them to hit depth. But then, because you've got all that energy built up in that suit and those knee wraps, you just absolutely explode. Looks like Ruben had some trouble on his second attempt.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if he just got a little bit out of position.
Yeah, it looked like it. Which is something that happens, we call it the misgrooves.
Yeah. Hopefully he's able to retake that and smoke it on the third. We are back on second attempts as well for platform 2.
Moving fast.
We're moving. So Northeastern Powerlifting is elite as far as making these meets run.
Thank you. Yeah, we like to consider ourselves the elite spotters and loaders in the area. We are pretty proud of our work. We'll get a meet in and out.
The speed of this morning session just goes to show how good. And
I appreciate that.
From what I could tell, no misloads. Everyone's safe. Yeah, good meet.
Yeah, we're the highest quality.
So Sean going for 435 for his second attempt. as a Masters 2 lifter in the 110 kilo division. So you'll
3
see
white lights.
we've got a range of lifters here in various different divisions. Mark on platform 2 is going to be a Masters 3 lifter. So you've got teens, we have juniors, we have open lifters, we have masters lifters, we also have guest lifters. Tell me a little bit about what makes you a guest lifter.
So this, of course, is the Massachusetts State Championship. So to be, not a guest lifter, you'd have to be a resident of Massachusetts. Anyone who is not a resident of Massachusetts is still welcome to compete in the meet, but you will be in the guest division.
That's right. So over here on platform 2, we see Mark unracking to take 440
Quite the wide
pounds
stance.
with a very
Wow.
wide stance.
Good grind for a second
I wonder
attempt.
if he used to compete equipped back in
Yeah,
the,
that is
back
what
in
it
the
made me
day.
think of. Wow, 3 white lights for him. Of course, with the light system, the white light means that the ref thought it was a good lift. You do need a majority of white lights for it to be considered a good lift. So
That's right.
if you get 1 red light, that's okay. But if you get 2 red lights, that means 2 refs thought it wasn't a good lift. Then majority rules and it won't be a good lift.
That's
so you're
right.
really just looking to get the majority there.
Oh, come on, Julian. You can do it.
Nice.
A little bit
Grinds
of a
it out.
grind.
Wow, 507 pounds for our teen 2 is incredible.
Yeah. We saw some incredible teen lifters this morning, and
We
I'm excited
did.
to see the teen lifters of this afternoon
Oh, totally.
push the limits even further.
They get stronger and stronger every year.
They really do.
Anthony taking 205 kilos here on platform 2.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of lost his positioning,
That's
kind of came
right.
forward a little bit.
And you can see he was a high bar squatter, meaning
Yeah.
the bar is pretty high up on his back, and that's pretty common. Where if you do get out of position on high bar, it's very hard to recover.
Yeah, yeah. But he was smiling as he was walking off the
That's
platform.
right.
He'll try it again on his third.
That's right.
Dan taking 230 kilos. Nice second attempt.
Yeah, we'll see what the refs say. Okay.
3 white lights.
Okay, 3 white lights from the refs. So the angle that we're looking at is the same angle that you guys are looking at. We're literally looking at the live stream as you look at the live stream.
Yep.
But the referees, they have 3 different points of view. So the circles that you see on the screen for the lights align with, the left referee, the center referee, and the right-hand referee. And those referees are positioned in different viewpoints so that they can see and adjudicate the lift from all angles.
Exactly.
And that's where, the best 2 out of 3 comes in. Based on all the angles that all the refs see, your majority is what gets you a good or a bad lift.
Here's our wide grip guy, Mike Chapman, taking 232 kilos for his second attempt, 512 pounds.
Nice depth.
Wow.
Shoots right back up.
He looks like an equipped lifter.
He really does, yeah.
2-to-1 good lift.
It's a good
So
lift.
like Liz was saying, we're looking at the same angle that the head ref is looking at the lifts from. And of course, certain, qualities of the lift are easier or more difficult to tell from certain angles that you're looking at. Oftentimes, depth will look a little bit trickier from the front than maybe it would from the side, as well as things like maybe your knees being locked out.
That's right. Especially, we saw Mike, he's got really big legs. And
Yep.
with his stance, it just makes it harder to see
Yep.
depth from the front.
Exactly. So a lot of times you'll see that the 2 side refs will agree on a depth call and maybe the head ref wouldn't, or vice versa.
That's right. That's why we have 3 out there.
Exactly. All right, we're into third attempts now on platform 1. Back up with John taking 115. Yeah, we're flying. I
It's been
really cannot
13
believe.
minutes.
Really cannot believe. So like we were kind of leading up to, these third attempts are going to be the heaviest squats that these guys are taking. They're hoping to hit PRs.
That's right.
They're hoping to hit something really big. They're hoping to grind it out. Let's see John take his third. Oh, smoked it. I know John, and I know that he can squat more than this. I wonder, sometimes you see lifters take, have really easy third attempts, and, sometimes people are coming back from injuries or
right.
really just looking to go into a meet with a single goal in mind. And it's not always, hit a PR or, hit the craziest lift you've ever hit.
Right. Maybe he's looking to prioritize one of his other lifts.
Exactly.
Maybe he's looking to post a qualifying total
Exactly.
for regionals or nationals.
Exactly.
And sometimes, especially with those qualifying totals, it's more important to secure the total than it is to secure a PR on top of the fact.
That's exactly what I did yesterday,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what happened. So, yeah, case in point. All right, Ruben missed his second, so we're hoping to see him get it back on his third.
Oh,
Just a little too heavy today.
that's okay. He did get his opener.
He did get his opener, so he's
still
safely in the meet.
That's right. And hopefully he can take some of the some of the energy he might have saved from not grinding out those squats and apply it to bench and deadlift.
Exactly.
And it takes an experienced lifter to know, like when should you grind and when should you save your energy.
Right.
So-
Right. Sometimes you'll see lifters be like, you know what, this just isn't worth the fight,
Not worth
and
the
that's
fight today.
okay. All right, so Pasquale's coming out now with 195 kilos, about 430 pounds.
Nice steady walk out there.
And we're about to see Jesse take a massive second attempt of 611 pounds on platform 2. Oh, Pasquale's happy with that. He knows it was good.
Let's see what the refs say. I think it was good. We'll see what they say.
Yeah, he did have. All right, 3 white lights. Yeah, he had a little trouble with depth on his first one, but he made it work on a second and third, which is great to see. It's always nice to come back from
That's
a
right.
failed lift, whether
That's
it's your
right.
first or second, and get that redemption.
And you don't get extra credit on depth. So,
No. No.
just sneaking it in
And
right
that's
under the line
exactly,
is
it's
good
the
enough.
name of the game, right?
Wow. No question on depth there
Wow.
from my perspective
Yeah.
for Jesse.
Jesse is a
Wow.
local powerhouse.
Yeah, no doubt. As exhibited.
It's frequently one of the last in the flights
That's awesome.
around these parts. Yeah, really happy to see him on the platform today.
Abraham's on platform 1, looking to take 205 kilos for his third attempt squat.
And our equip lifter Edwin Nash is coming back out now with 300 kilos for his second attempt. Abraham looked good. 2-to-1 good lift for Abraham. Just a depth call on one side.
Man, and look at Edwin walk
Wow,
that out.
that is a confident walkout
It
for an
really
equipped
is.
lifter.
I lift in a gym with a lot of equipped lifters that don't walk out
Wow.
their squats. They squat from a monolift.
Yep.
So it just, to me, seeing an equipped lifter walk out a squat is just one of the most impressive things.
Ooh.
Unfortunately,
Looks like Edwin did not. Funny, I almost thought it was deeper than his first, but yeah,
I
looks like
agree.
Edwin did not get that depth call from those refs.
So
We'll see what he takes on
I
his
was gonna
third.
say, hopefully he makes whatever call is right for him on the third, but based on whatever he thinks he could do better. That's the thing about equipment too, is like it's not just like, oh, just squat deeper.
Yep.
There's so many more variables.
Exactly. Sometimes it's just not fitting right on the day. Sometimes you need more weight to
Yeah.
go a little deeper.
To help you, like, you said,
Just
fight
another
the suit.
Yep, exactly.
Counterintuitive, really, but sometimes that's how it is.
Mark's taking 205 kilos for his third attempt. As a master 3, that's incredible.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, look at that squat. Two to one. Looks like the side refs did not think he had depth on that.
He will be taking his second attempt squat, though. Right into the next, what platform? Oh,
We're on
no,
third.
he could retry. He could retry.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that was the second.
Yeah, we
he's
just
at the
started
bottom
on
of flight. All right.
Yep. So we're officially on third attempts on both platforms now. But they're moving so fast that I can't even keep track.
Can't even keep up.
Props.
Also taking 205 kilos, Anthony.
Oh.
Just a little too heavy. He's okay.
That's
He's
right.
still smiling. He was
Yeah.
smiling before. He's still smiling now.
He gave it a go, and that's what counts. And you know what? People with that attitude of just like, we came here to have fun. We tried,
Exactly.
and it's not a big deal. Those are the best kinds of people to lift around.
And having fun is just as valid of a goal as going 9 for 9 or hitting a PR.
That's right.
Sometimes those meets are the best, or just the ones where you're there to have fun.
That's right. Well, it looks like Dan is gonna have fun and get fired up. Get fired
He's
up.
hyped for this 237.5 kilo squat. Wow, 523 pounds.
For a teen lifter, is this real?
Oh, dive bombs into the hole. Let's see what they say.
I'm a little worried about that left hip, but we'll see what the refs have to say.
Not the right lights.
Okay. So from our angle, it just looks incriminating, but it's actually good. For the,
Yeah.
From the people who have the best view, the best seat in the house, they think it's good.
205 seems to be a little bit of a cursed number today. A little too heavy for Sean.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Hopefully Terrence can break the curse
Yeah.
on platform 2. And Mike Chapman coming up to take 529 pounds for a third attempt squat.
Wow, Terrence grinded out that 210. Let's see what they say about that. Was not deep
Oh,
enough.
that's too bad.
Gave it a good try. And Mike,
Oh,
oh, just a little heavy for him
yeah.
as well.
So Mike's a Masters 2 lifter. He's 58. He's
Wow.
almost a Masters
Wow.
3 lifter, and he's out there still squatting.
That's incredible.
Attempting 530
Could only hope to be
pounds.
squatting into that age.
That's so right.
Wow.
Especially the amount of weight that he's
Oh,
squatting.
yeah. Good for him.
And shout out to Mike's coaching team as well. They are pretty good at squatting over there at Stand Strong. So
yeah. Literally are standing strong.
that's right. That's right.
All right, Alexander, 222, 490. Super deep. No
Too
questions
easy.
there.
Too
yeah,
easy.
great third attempt out of him. 3 white lights.
And on platform 1, we are at the top of flight B. So all of flight A is already taken all of their attempts, and we're moving on
So fast.
to the
I
second
really
flight.
can't believe.
It's amazing.
So of course this means that we've got a whole new group of lifters who are going to be starting again at their first squats. So we'll hope on platform 1 that these will start to get a little easier again, and we won't see so many fails. Of course, it's pretty normal to see a lot of fails on third attempts, like we said. Going for PRs, going for really heavy stuff.
And you've already squatted twice.
Exactly. Noah Stern taking 540 pounds.
With a lot of control.
Wow,
I really liked that squat.
Let's see. 3 white lights.
That's a good lift. And Michael taking maybe slower than what I would expect from
a little bit.
Maybe he's just a slow lifter, right?
Maybe
he just
a
tempos
slow
his
lifter.
squats.
You know, my squats are that way a bit. At least that's what I tell myself.
In equipment.
Well, yeah. That's a whole another story.
And we got Wyatt.
Wow, what rack height is that? This guy is tall. 275 kilos, 600-pound opener for this teen 3 lifter. 18 or 19 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
And he didn't even say 272.5. He just went straight to 275. Andrew on platform 1 taking 175 as well, with a much closer stance than the previous lifter, making it look easy.
Yeah, very well.
And Wyatt, oh,
just a little heavy
just
today.
2.5 keys, and he would have had less, and he would have had that. Unfortunately, not there for him today.
And those calls are tough. You know, those third attempt calls, sometimes it's about squeezing every single kilo you can get out of a lift, and sometimes it's a really hard call to make.
That's right. And when the smallest increment of weight selections you can make is 2.5 kilos, which is about 5 pounds, that can make or break your lift.
Exactly.
Yeah. This isn't like Olympic weightlifting where you can go up 1 pound at a time. Like we're going up 5 to 6 pounds.
At least, yep.
At least, yeah.
No matter what. All right, Angel's third attempt, 277.5 kilos, 612 pounds about.
That looks strong to me.
Wow,
yeah.
Nice.
He's pleased with that one.
He's happy. Angel's got a great support system here today at a Blueprint coaching.
Yeah, they've had a lot of athletes here all weekend.
A ton, yep, and they've all had great days.
And Jesse with 639 pounds in the Men's Raw Open 100 kilo division. Walking up just like cool.
Yeah.
A little bit of a hype, like don't be a weenie, you got this. A strong unrack, a very strong walkout. No question
wow,
on depth.
So deep. Wow, incredible third attempt. I would argue he's got more in the tank.
I agree.
3 white lights. Wow.
I agree. 644, 649 even.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
All right, and Edwin's going to come back out to close out this first flight on platform 2. He's going to retake that 300 kilo equipped squat.
Meanwhile, we have Scott over on platform 1, opening with a casual 402 pounds, which for many is like the goal squat.
Yep.
Wow, very deep, excellently executed.
Great opener out of Scott, yeah. Yeah, that 182 is quite the milestone for a lot of lifters, so it's awesome to open with that. Another big milestone, 300 kilos.
I know it.
Let's see if he can just fight that suit a little harder.
That looks much better for depth.
Wow. All right.
Having to squat that
let's
weight
see.
twice must not have been very fun for him, so I
Nope.
hope. Yeah.
3 white lights. Happy to see that. Great to have that redemption. And he's a veteran to quit powerlifting, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I've seen him compete a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always fun to watch. He's usually the only one. Like,
Yep.
at these local meets, he's
Yeah.
usually the only person competing equipped, which is kind of funny in its own right. Michael taking 407 for his opener on platform 1. Very easy. Almost maybe too easy for a first attempt, but what am I to say? I'm just sitting here talking into a microphone.
And now this is our first opener from Plight B on platform 2. We've got Dylan, a junior lifter, 180 kilos, about 396 pounds. Nice depth, quick turnaround.
I loved his facial expression during that squat.
2-to-1 good lift.
So he has a yellow card and a blue card from the front referee.
Could have been quite a number of things.
Yeah, what I'm imagining is maybe from the front, they might have seen some up-down motion right out of the hole there. Because he had a little bit of that, like, swoop, I'll say, with his butt, like, coming out of the hole. That's the best way I can describe it. And maybe it looked like the bar went down a little bit during that time.
All right, out on platform 2 is Jason Steimling. He is a NUPL alumni, former Northeastern powerlifting president. He's opening up with 190 kilos, about 418 pounds.
Nice. I believe Jason was there at the meet where I took my my state referee practical for the first time. And he was sitting in the other ref chair just so stone-faced. All serious, all business.
Gorgeous opener out of Jason.
All
yeah,
business with this 190 kilo
Oh,
squat
yeah,
as well.
But he'll walk off with a smile on his face. Yeah, happy to see him out on the platform.
Are we seeing a 529-pound opener on
wow,
platform
we are.
1 from a 90
From a 90 kilo lifter? That's pretty incredible.
Okay. Very good depth as well.
So speedy.
Looks like a good lift to me.
3 white lights.
We have Jacob Swan on platform 2 taking 202.5 as a junior lifter, lifting for Team Triumph Strength and Performance. They've had a lot of people
They've
here
had
today.
tons of lifters here this weekend.
He looks like there's only 225 on his back. Like he looks
Wow,
so just calm.
So confident with it. That was a great opener, 3 white lights.
Then on platform 1, we have Dan Williams from Boston Barbell, another very popular club to be sending people to this, Massachusetts State Championship meet. 573 for an opener. Yeesh.
These are incredible numbers to be opening with, truly across the board. You'll see you've got 5 spotters total for each lift. You'll see that with any lift that's above 500 pounds, about 227 kilos.
That's right.
It's quite the landmark to be opening with a weight that requires a 5-man spot. Wow, and so fast out of Daniel.
Wow, and the way that
super
his
wide
hips
stance.
locked out reminded me of a sumo deadlift.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk much more about deadlifts later in the day. Very deep squat by Zachary.
Yeah, wow. I think maybe a little deeper than he wanted it to be.
I think so too.
Oh, struggling to get it back into the rack a little bit. All right.
Oh,
yeah, 2-to-1 not going to be a good lift for maybe a couple of different reasons on either side. Maybe some up and down.
I'm wondering if maybe one of his knees wasn't quite locked
Yeah.
out. And if maybe like he shifted his foot.
Yeah.
It looked like he lost balance a little bit.
He definitely was a little unstable at the top.
I imagine a foot move and a knee bend was probably likely the cause of those lights there.
All right, we got 2 urban powerhouse lifters out on platform 1 and 2. We got Marcus and Christopher.
shout out Charlie on platform 1, the right-hand spotter here.
Yeah, that's my buddy.
He competed yesterday morning in the collegiate championships, and this might be bad journalism, but I'm pretty sure I saw last night the awards posted on the social media page that he got the best male lifter on the collegiate side.
He did. Yeah, Charlie is one of the strongest on our team. I think in competition for highest dots on the team. Was looking to break the team deadlift record as well yesterday. I cannot say whether or not he got it.
And now here he is, spotting 500
Yeah,
plus pound
that's what I'm
squats.
saying. We're turning around, just spotting low this meet. I'm really proud of all my friends out there.
If you think you work hard, you could work harder. You could work as hard as the Northeastern powerlifting team.
And we'll be breaking down this meet for hours tonight as well.
That's right. Good squat by Lachlan on platform 1 with 600 pounds right off the bat. Very impressive for a 90-kilo lifter.
And good squat as well for Andrew on platform 2, who opened up at 245 kilos.
Now we're up to second attempts on platform 1. That's my best guess. Yeah. We've got, sorry if I butcher your name, all your friends and family at home. I think Conrad, Mr. Taylor.
That's my best guess.
Going for 4. I'm just going to say Mr. Taylor from now on.
Oh, they're having him step back off the platform quickly.
It looks like
we got a little lifter mix up.
We got a little shake up on the order there.
That's all right.
We got Conrad now, Mr. Taylor, taking 402 for his second attempt deadlift.
And 3 right lights on platform 2 for Jackson.
Oh, look at his face. He's got that mean look. Like, these weights better be
he's
afraid
determined.
of me.
Wow, yeah. Good grind out of him on his second squat.
Especially since he missed his first squat and went up. So
oh,
a
wow.
little bit of a risky move going up 7.5 kilos.
That. Wow, yeah, good for him.
But it looks like it paid off for him, and he didn't lose very much ground, if any, by missing his first attempt.
Yeah.
So.
Which is a risk, but for him it paid off.
That's right.
Alessandro on platform 2, taking 257.5 kilos.
As a junior lifter.
As a junior lifter. Wow.
Easy.
So speedy.
I feel like there's something in that UMass water.
Seriously.
Because all the UMass lifters I've seen this weekend have been very strong.
Some of our biggest competition. And some of our best friends.
That's right. And that's what's great about this community, There's no real enemies. If you guys need some enemies for the day, you can point the finger at me. I will be your biggest opposition. I'll sit here and say, I don't know if I agree with the refs. I'll say it all. I'll say it all for your entertainment. But seriously, we have a very good community, especially in the Northeast.
We really do.
Goes.
And it has grown so much in the past few years as well, which is just so amazing to see.
Right.
Crowd's getting loud out there for Patrick Peter on platform 2. He's a former Northeastern powerlifting teammate. Opening up at 270 kilos, 595 pounds.
That's right, and he competed at Northeast Regionals, right?
He did, which was just a few months ago.
Yeah.
Pretty quick turnaround in terms of meet timing, which is awesome.
Yeah, and that squat looked great.
Yeah, great opener out of Pat.
I think I TC'd his session at Regionals, and he did phenomenally. And yeah, NUPL was going crazy the whole time.
Oh, yeah, and we were spotting alone in that too.
Yep.
Good grind out of Andrew on platform 1.
And then on platform 2, we have Justin, who also was at Northeast Regionals. I think he had the last deadlift of the day at Regionals, going for a 688.9 pound squat opener.
Wow, for an opener. This is incredible.
He does not mess around, ladies and germs.
Probably one of the biggest guys out on the platform there today, 140 plus.
That's right.
Lifter. Of course, that's the largest weight class.
Means business.
Means business. Yeah, and you'll see it's pretty standard for these super big guys to have that super wide grip on the bar.
That's right.
Often outside of the rack, which totally allowed.
Yep. And you'll see actually the uprights are like tilted inwards.
Yep.
So it's to give his hands that space.
Some extra room.
to go, that wide grip. Whereas on the left hand side here, yeah, I know it. Isn't that
Makes
scary?
688 pounds look like light work.
And if he makes a jump less than 20 kilos,
yeah,
I'll be
wonder
surprised.
what kind of jump he'll take for a second. Because of course, the bigger these guys are and the bigger their lifts are, the bigger the jumps they'll take between attempts.
That's right.
For me, a 67 kilo lifter, I'm not taking as big of jumps as they are.
No, but he might take 20, 30, 40 kilo jumps.
Curious to see what he puts in.
Yeah. So he went up.
It's not in yet.
It's not in yet. if you guys are wondering how
Yeah,
we know,
of course, a little behind the scenes work.
Go on to your computer or your phone and go to liftingcast.com and navigate to the 2024 USA Powerlifting Massachusetts State Championships. And you'll see what we see as far as how lifters are doing, what attempts they're putting in, if it was a good lift or a bad lift, how they stack up against their competition. It is do not miss statistics
Oh, yeah.
for these lifters here today. And it's also running the overlay that you see at the bottom of the screen here. So when you see the name and you see the attempts and the weight and whatnot, that's also being run through the same platform.
And this is what the lifters are also looking at in the back as well. It's what allows them to kind of scope out their competition if they are competing against someone in their weight class. Try and see if they can't out-squat the guy next to them. And you were right with Justin. You were right on the money. He's going to jump 20 kilos for a 332.5 kilo squat.
Yeah, that's a 40.
Wonder if we have enough reds out on the platform for that.
That's a 44-pound jump.
Wow.
Ooh, a good push by Will.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one of those just close stances, got a long way to go.
Oh,
it
yeah.
looks like.
You know, I'm kind of envious of those narrow stance lifters. They look so pretty, but it's tough to get to depth when you're that narrow.
It is.
Dylan taking 185 kilos for his second attempt. Nice. Dare I say that looked a little neater than his first attempt?
It did. I think he might have maybe had some nerves. Interesting. Could be some like knee lock unlock.
Yeah, I wonder if it's something again that is a little tougher to tell from the front when you're not really looking at it. Maybe his knees weren't locked.
Yeah,
maybe a little up and down motion in the bar. Maybe he does a little double bounce at the bottom.
Oh, true, yeah.
Here comes NUPL alum Jason, taking 202 kilos for his second attempt. And Ding on platform 1 taking 255 kilos for his second attempt.
Wow, no shortage of depth.
Wow,
there.
yeah, dive bombs into the hole. Wow, fights for it. Let's see.
Look good to me. And the refs agree.
That's pretty good.
Just one red light from that left-hand referee.
Gorgeous second attempt out of Jason.
Very good-looking second attempt.
Yeah, very neat, very in control. 3 white lights.
Good for him.
Yeah, Jason makes no mistake of showing you his knees are locked out. He's stable at the top. He knows what he's doing.
He knows the drill. He's a veteran of the sport.
All right, here comes Daniel Williams on platform 1. Yeah, we were quite impressed by his lockout the first time. Let's see if he can make it just as snappy with 275 kilos, 606 pounds.
Well, we're calling out people who are regionals. I am 9 out of 10 certain that Zachary George was also there.
Wow.
I TC'd for the heavyweight men, and I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces here. So not a long turnaround for these folks.
Of course, yeah, we're referencing a meet that was earlier this summer, summer, and yeah, that's a pretty quick meet turnaround as far as powerlifting goes. You know, once you those high schoolers, they'll compete nearly every weekend. But once you're a bit of an older lifter, you're really not looking to compete maybe more than a few times a year.
That's right. And from Dan, we did have a good squat, a depth call from the front, which with that stance, that really wide stance, again, and you see like the full side view of the lifter's thigh. It makes it really hard to see where the hip crease is.
Yep, it's just the mechanics of it, the physics of it, the angles. You know, I'm sure someone could do math about it.
Right.
But yeah, it just makes it all the more difficult to call depth from the front.
That's right.
Whereas if you have more of a narrow stance, it's almost as if your knees are kind of just blocking that depth a little bit.
That's right. Exactly. Jacob going for 479.5 pounds. Another interesting tidbit about this state meet here. This is a new change, I'll say, as of 2025, which we're only 6 short weeks away from 2025.
Wow.
If that, maybe 5.
Wow.
Counting's hard. But for 2025, in order to qualify for USA Powerlifting Raw Nationals, you have to post a what's called a qualifying total at a state meet, regional meet, or national level meet. And for regionals, you also will have to post a qualifying total. And that total you can get at a local, state, or regional or national level meet.
Yep.
But that's something that in the past we haven't had some of those same like requirements.
Mm-hmm.
What we're trying to do, right, is just work powerlifting into a similar structure that you see in other traditional sports, right?
Yep.
Where you have like a tournament season and you get through your local circuit,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go on to the regional circuit, and then you go on to the national circuit. Very similar to what we're trying to build here in USA Powerlifting. Just trying to elevate the experience for every level. Um, Once you've mastered the local level, you go to state. Once you've mastered the state level, you go, and just trying to really make each one of those things unique and stand out, as well as push the competition.
Push the competition. No, for sure.
The standards keep going up, and we're looking at all the lifting today, and I'm going to be surprised by some of these lifts here. They're going to push their own boundaries. They're also going to push the boundaries of their competitors in the weight classes as well.
Yep.
We see Gino's
Yeah.
Gino's star-covered pants here.
Yeah, of course, a legend of the powerlifting scene is Gino, who's announcing today.
The powerlifting pirate, as it
He's
were.
the powerlifting pirate. He announces all the biggest meets around the country and around the world now.
That's right.
It's always a good meet if Gino's there.
Snappy squat by Andrew. Let's see what the refs say. Okay,
Blue
it was a
lights.
good lift. He definitely was quick in and out of the hole
Yep.
there.
And here comes Michael on platform 1, taking a third attempt. Oh, he's the first third attempt on platform 1 for this flight.
Wow.
418 pounds, just about,
It's been 40 minutes and we're already almost done with squats on platform 1.
which is incredibly fast. Yeah, it's not uncommon for a powerlifting meet to take well over 4 hours, but this is,
That's right.
not to jinx it, but maybe we'll be out of here a little early tonight.
Yesterday,
Just a little too heavy for Michael on platform 1.
That's okay. That's okay. Shake it off, Michael. You've still got bench and deadlift to go.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you'll surprise yourself.
Jackson taking 265 kilos for his second attempt on platform 2.
Slow and controlled, but
Yep.
definitely more in the tank there.
And those knee sleeves that he's wearing,
They don't do anything.
they are not the most supportive ones out there by any measure.
No.
So good for him.
They're
yeah.
so short and they're so flexible. They're just keeping his knees warm.
Just
at this
keeping them
point.
warm and compact.
And we've got Mr. Taylor coming up for his third attempt. 429 pounds for the junior lifter.
And Alessandro on platform 2 taking 267 kilos, 590 pounds. Another thing we could talk about on squats is the shoes that lifters will
That's
wear.
right, yeah, so you can see over here on platform 2, Alessandro has flat shoes on, and platform 1, great grind
Yeah,
by
wow.
Conrad. He's got elevated heels, or what
Yep.
we just call heels. And based on your anatomy, based on any movement restrictions that you may have, and just based on generally if you struggle to hit depth or not, one shoe might be better for you than the other. But there are no real hard and fast rules to what you can wear, as long as you're wearing like a closed-toed shoe.
I've gone back and forth between flats and heels my
Yep.
entire lifting career. I cannot seem to settle on what is best for me.
I know, and I think it just changes, I've done the same. I started with flats. I moved
Yeah.
to heels for a while. Now I'm back in flats for
Yeah.
now, but I hate them, so I'm,
Yeah, I think that maybe they might be best for me for my anatomy, but I hate them. Pat Peter taking 285 kilos on platform 2 for his second attempt, and
that was like beautiful squat
yeah,
by
looked like a
Andrew.
great squat out of Andrew on platform 1. Wow, incredible fight for Pat.
Very confident on the end there
Yeah,
as well.
you'll see that definitely the bar was a little uneven on his back. One side went up a little faster than the other, but that's completely allowed. As long as there's no downward motion of the entire bar, the lift will still be good.
That's
The
right.
sides can definitely lock out or come up independently.
That's right. And we have, we're closing out second attempts over here on platform 2 with Justin taking a 733-pound squat. All right.
Oh my goodness, yeah, this is our 20-kilo jump.
Not to be outdone.
Yeah,
Squat
wow.
on squat. Scott squatting. A successful
Say that
squat
3 times fast.
on platform 1.
All right, probably everyone's holding their breath a little bit for Justin's
know.
squat.
Justin is such
733
an
pounds.
intense lifter to watch, too. So nice,
Hate to be
though.
sharing a rack in the warm-up room with this
He's
guy.
so nice,
Yeah. All right. He looks confident. Big brace.
Nice depth.
Deep. Wow.
The
Again,
bar
just
bouncing.
making that look like a single plate on the bar.
This bar is what we call a stiff bar.
Yeah.
Because it's not supposed to bend. And, here we
And
have
yet it does.
It's bouncing on
And
his
yet
back
it
when he
is.
stands up.
Wow. All right, now we'll have to play another over-under on his third.
That's right. I think another 20 keys
Another
at least.
20 keys would not be inappropriate. Of course, every lifter, after they successfully complete a lift, or not, after they take an attempt, have 1 minute to put their attempt in.
That's right. Not only do they have 1 minute to put in their next attempt, they have 1 minute to start their current attempt.
Yep.
So when the chief referee says bar is loaded, the lifter has 60 seconds to get to the platform and get that first command. So in this case for squat, it's the squat command.
Yep, and that'll apply for bench as well. Same thing, 1 minute to get the start command.
And then the same for deadlift. The first and only command
Yeah.
is down. You have a minute to deadlift.
All right, Dylan's got some cards today.
I
Let's
think
see what he
his
gets on his third. I think he
Oh,
jumped the rack command is what happened there. I think he knew it on his face.
All of his lifts moved the same though.
Yeah. Because, yeah, he took 180 and then took 185 twice. Yeah, he knew on that one that he rushed that rack a little bit early. Yeah,
But that's okay. He's still in the meet.
still in the meet, and just a little too heavy for Will today. All right, crowd's lighting up for Jason. 212 kilos, 468 pounds.
And on platform 1, almost 580 pounds loaded up for this junior's
Wow.
third attempt.
Out of grinder training systems, sure will live up to the name.
I sure hope so. I'm ready to see a grind today. Oh,
wow,
good work,
great third
Jason.
attempt out of Jason. Let's see what the refs say. Good lift. Oh, he'll be happy. Yeah, that's his former roommate back spotting him there, Duncan.
Aw.
Yeah. It's always great to be spotted by your best friends on the
That's right.
platform.
A very controlled walkout
Yeah, he's
here.
been super controlled all day.
Exaggerated knee locks.
Yeah,
and the
makes a
judges
show
know.
of it. Wow, super deep.
Oh.
Oh, and just a little too heavy for him
That's-
today.
yeah.
Jacob getting hyped up for his last squat, 232.5 kilos, 512 pounds. Another TSP lifter.
And Daniel, another big squatter from Boston Barbell, loading up 628 pounds for his final attempt. Wow. No question on depth.
Ooh.
Oh, unfortunately, just that sticking
Yeah,
point
gave it
halfway
a good
up there.
fight.
Yeah, and he said, I tried. You know, it's okay.
And you'll see that happen. That's often the pattern with a failed lift is you hit what we call a sticking point. It's often kind of just like the weakest link in your lift. Some
That's right.
lifters just don't have the strongest glutes or quads or whatever it is or hamstrings, and once it gets to that point in the lift, it's just too hard for them to push through.
That's right. I have a similar sticking point on
Yeah,
my squat
same.
where I can get out of the hole just
Yep.
okay, but then
Yep.
that transition point.
That's exactly what it is for me.
You lose that rebound energy out of the hole and you need to turn some
Exactly.
stuff on.
Yeah, my inner knee sleeve stopped doing all the work.
That's right. Two big squatters here. Zach taking his third attempt, 242 kilos. Daniel, 285 kilos.
All right, let's see what they say about Daniel's depth. Oh, and Zachary didn't quite make it back up. 3 white lights for
Okay.
Daniel. All right, we're almost nearing our final squats of the day. We've got 2 more on platform 1. We've got a handful more on platform 2.
Lachlan going for 633 for his third attempt. Kind of surprising jumps, honestly. Opening with 600. I would have thought maybe like slightly bigger jumps.
Yeah.
Because, you know, these are big squats, but at the same time, maybe he's just more comfortable making like smaller jumps and opening up a little bit higher.
Yeah, it depends on the lifter, the kind of day they're having,
Yeah.
the kind of goals they're setting.
Yeah, maybe all he cared about was that 600, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Christopher
Wow.
fighting for 265.
The definition of powerhouse.
Yeah, wow. Let's see, 3 white lights. Oh, and another fight on platform 1.
I take it all back. Excellent attempt selection by his team there.
Yeah, I could not have squeezed out another
His coach
kilo.
happy in the background.
Yeah.
He's excited.
All right, and Andrew's back out for 272 kilos, 600, just about the closest you'll get to an even 600 pounds, using
right.
kilo plates.
A big milestone lift for a lot of these lifters here.
Wow, great third attempt. Beautiful lift.
Borderline high bar squat.
Yeah.
Great execution. And Marcus going for 650 on platform 1. Another urban powerhouse lifter. Lots of representation from them this weekend.
Yeah, they're a great team. They're a great gym. They host a handful of meets every year as well. Just a little heavy for Marcus today. But a good effort nonetheless. Right. And here comes Jackson.
606 and the tissue paper knee sleeves.
The tissue paper knee sleeves I love. Yeah, I was trying to come up with a comment about them. That's perfect.
No knee sleeves, no problem.
Wow, great grind. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen someone squat 600 pounds with knee sleeves like that.
So true.
2-to-1, good lift. Maybe a little high on one side. All right, and that was the last of our squats on platform 1. What's going to happen is our spotters and loaders are going to set up for bench, and then a timer will start counting down from 10 minutes to get a 10-minute break. And then we'll go ahead and start bench. Of course, we'll stay with you through the rest of platform 2's squats.
Not much left here other than 3 really big squats.
Yeah, wow. And we're going to take quite the jump from these next 2 to our very last.
That's right.
I am curious about the plate situation. I haven't done the math.
I think they can steal from the other platform.
Yeah, that's true now. That's a good point.
The benefit of running 2 platforms is you have infinite reds. 622 pounds.
Wow.
Not that hard.
Beautiful squat out of Alessandro.
Good job, Alessandro.
He had a lot left in the tank.
Don't clip that. Post that with no audio. Patrick Peter about to take 292, 10 kilos above what was just on the bar for his third attempt. And I think that was a smart call.
I think 292 is a good call. Yeah, 285 was definitely not the fastest. Started to slow down a little bit, see a little bit of a struggle.
But he definitely had about, 15, 16 pounds in the tank.
For sure.
The crowd is going nuts for Mr. Patrick here.
Nuts.
I love the coordination of the fit as well. The Pioneer prong belt
decked
matches
out
perfectly. Oh, no.
Just a little heavy today. That's all right. Yeah, hips shot back a bit, trying to get out of the hole.
He's got a big
He's walking
on
off
him,
happy.
though, right?
He will.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure he will. All right, we've got one last squat of the night. He went up 15 kilos.
Okay.
Yeah, valid.
We'll see if I need to have a chat with his coach
Valiant.
later. We'll see. I'm willing to eat my words, but I think I think this is going to move well for him.
Let's see. Maybe he's got a deadlift in mind. Maybe he's got a big bench in mind.
He's a big deadlifter. Yeah. And a big bencher. He's just overall very heckin' strong.
Yeah, projected to win the Open and his Masters class.
Oh, he's a Masters lifter?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look this up.
All right, let's see. 766 pounds. No question about depth. Wow. I think he might need to have a chat with his coach.
I think I need to go have a chat with his coach.
Wow.
I wish I could remember his coach's name.
Incredible.
But he needs to go.
Incredible.
I think I gave him the same feedback at regionals. If I'm being real, I'd be like, what, are you going to load the bar anytime soon? So that is the last squat for session 4, or the second session of today, Sunday, of the USA Powerlifting Massachusetts State Championships. We are going to take a brief break, go get some water, maybe a snack, but don't go too far because we will be back in 7 short minutes to start benching on platform 1.
See you then.
Welcome back. I hope you guys didn't stray too far away from the action because we are back with the bench press on platform 1. So you have John taking 75 kilos for his opening attempt bench press. So the bench press is a little bit more of a complicated lift, I'll say, mainly because they're laying down. You would think it would be more simple, but in fact, it's just got more moving parts, and it has more commands than any other lift as well. So for the bench press, we're still going to be operating in the same round fashion, flights, if you will. But for the bench press, we have 3 commands. We have a start command, a press command, and a rack command. So I'm going to wait for the next lifter to come up. And unfortunately, Lifting Cast is still loading for you guys down here, but we'll keep you apprised of all of the action via our commentary. The start command is given once the lifter has unracked the weight and they're in the suitable position to do so. I'll describe that with a lifter. It might be a little bit better of an example. The press command is once the bar is motionless on the chest, they get the press command. And the rack command is given once the lifter is done pressing. But there are some criteria, and you'll see here this lifter, Pasquale, is choosing to get assistance with his liftoff. He's getting a handoff from that center referee. And now the chief referee is waiting for those elbows to be locked out and for the side referees to say everything else is good. And then he racks the bar when, again, those elbows are locked out and he's finished the lift. Some of the other criteria that we're looking for that it's hard to see from this angle, but the side referees have a great view of it, is whether or not the feet are all the way flat on the floor, whether or not the butt is all the way down on the bench and the shoulders are down on the bench and the hands are wrapped around the barbell.
Yeah, bench is often described as being kind of the most technical of the lifts. So obviously it's got the most commands.
It also just has the most variables. You have 3 points of contact with the bench plus your point of contact with the bar. So that's 3 things the referees have to look for in addition to those elbows being fully locked out, fully extended at the top of the, or at the start of the rep and at the end of the rep.
Yeah, and while obviously bench is, an upper body workout. Just looking to see what they say on Jason. Yeah, the right lights. While bench obviously is an upper body workout, it really does involve every single muscle in the body.
That's right.
You're still engaging your back with your lats. Your lats are very important on the bench.
That's right.
You're looking to have a lot of leg drive to support that press. So a lot of times you'll see lifters like their quads are shaking as they're setting up for their bench. You want to really make sure every muscle in your body is as tight as can be.
That's right. Not only from a just general tension standpoint, but also from a stability standpoint. The tighter you can get your body, the more the better ability you're going to be able to have to press from a position of support instead of pressing from an unstable position. So that's funny, actually. It looked like the lifter on platform 1 said, no, I don't got it. Yeah. And then kept pressing
and then he
anyway.
Did,
got the lift.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. I
Could
wonder
be a useful habit to break.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if it's just involuntary shake. Or, the spotters and loaders, they had all the faith in the world and they were like, no, we're not going to take this from you yet, bro. We're going to let you press it out. Regardless, a good lift. So we've got Abraham coming up for a 270-pound bench press.
It looks like we're about ready to start bench on platform 2 as well.
Right. 15 seconds until platform 2 gets going.
Oh, it's right in front of me.
And that 270-pound bench press for Abraham.
Yeah, skis aren't cutting in and out. We're just dealing with a couple technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're trying to make sure we get that lifting.
We're trying to keep ourselves in the loop just as much as we're keeping you guys in the loop.
Absolutely right. But, not too much other than good news that we missed out on commentating for you guys. Looks like all good lifts so far on platform 1. Platform 2 getting ready to take their first bencher of the session. And you can see Mike over here on platform 1. He's describing to the center referee exactly how he would like his support
Yeah,
in
center
getting
spotter.
the bar removed from the rack.
Yep.
And that's actually really important for a number of reasons. One, just to make sure you guys are all on the same page so everybody's safe. But two, so that you're getting the best possible quality of handoff, so that you're not getting your shoulders pulled out of position. You're not getting the bar dropped on you.
You know, oftentimes when you're training at your normal gym, working out with the same people, you're getting a lot of the same handoffs from your friends or your teammates. And it's very unlikely that on competition day you'll be getting a handoff from someone you know.
That's
so
right.
it's really important to describe exactly in detail how you're used to getting that handoff.
That's right. Or, you know, as some lifters you'll see here are opting to not take a handoff. And that's just because sometimes it's just the pros and cons of getting a handoff don't outweigh the consistency of doing it yourself.
Yep.
But
You
so
know,
far,
personally, I don't like giving myself handoffs because it's just too much weight, it's too much effort before the actual lift itself.
Yeah. especially when you're in a shirt, like a
That's
bench shirt.
It's pretty physically impossible to do on my own. Wow, quite the range of motion out of Ruben.
Wow. Could not be me.
I wonder if he jumped that press command. It's a little hard to hear from.
I know. We've been getting very fast press commands all weekend, though, so I'm hopeful for him that's,
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
3
lift.
lights. All right, all good. Yeah, it's a little hard for us to hear just as it is for you guys to hear
That's
as
right.
well. The commands actually being yelled from the chief referee.
That's right. And, you know, when we say fast press commands, so there is no, like, time frame that the bar needs to be on the lifter's chest before they get the press command. The rule actually states that the bar just needs to be motionless.
Completely motionless.
So if you're able to bring the bar down to your chest and it's immediately motionless, you're going to immediately get a press command.
Exactly.
Within the reaction time of a human being.
Exactly.
Instead of if you're bringing the bar down and you're sinking it down, you're going to get a longer press command
yeah,
because they're waiting
or
for
it's
the bar.
just unstable. Yeah.
Or if it bobbles. Oh, unfortunately, Terrence there, he knew he missed the press command. And he tried to come back down to wait for that, but unfortunately, you know, that's not really, you can't really recover from those.
Unfortunately, not how that works at that point. The bar's just moving up and down. You'll get called for that as well.
Yeah. Well, so I have seen some lifters, if they know they missed the press command, they'll like just do a little bounce. And that's actually okay because they haven't been given the press command yet.
Right.
So if they bobble before the press command off the chest, it's okay. But once they get the press command, or once they make a bona fide attempt to really like press the bar all the way up, it's basically in the spotter loader's hands at this point if they give up.
All right,
John,
already on
wow.
second attempts, we are flying. On platform 1, John taking 80 kilos. 3 white lights on platform 2 for Alexander.
You can see here John electing for what we call the self handoff. Pretty moderate grip width, I'll say as well. You'll see all kinds of ranges of grip widths.
Yeah, something that I kind of hinted at earlier with Ruben is that some of these lifters have quite a range of motion with their arms being so long, such a far distance from their chest. A lot of the strategy with powerlifting on all of the lifts, squat, bench, and deadlift, but it's particularly noticeable on bench, is that you want to reduce the range of motion as much as you can.
That's right.
And some lifters opt to do that as much as they can.
Yeah.
And you'll see that especially on bench, for example. You can have your hands go as wide as you want up to a certain point, and that'll reduce the range of motion. And also that arch sometimes can help people shorten the distance between the bar and their chest.
Exactly.
And, you know, at that point, you know, it's all about just moving the weight less, as little as possible. The more you have to move it, the heavier and harder it's going to be. Yeah,
my high school physics class taught me that you don't have to produce as much force over a shorter distance as a longer distance. So the shorter distance, the work, the amount of work that it takes to produce that force over the distance is less if the distance is shorter.
And you know, something we were talking about with the squats as well, with the narrow versus wider stances, sometimes that wider stance will have you hit depth easier, whereas a narrow stance, it's going to take a little longer.
Yeah.
Platform 2, setting up for Anthony's bench, you see they put those blocks out. Sometimes lifters will elect to have those blocks out. I see them a lot with sometimes shorter lifters, but anyone, of course, can choose to have those blocks under their feet if they wish.
Yeah, some people just like to have their feet raised up just that little bit to get a little bit more leg drive.
Yep.
It is a double-edged sword, though. Sometimes if those blocks slip or if they're slippery on top, that additional leg drive you get is lost because your foot slips. So
just another piece of the puzzle.
It is.
Was a good lift for Pasquale on platform 1. A little bit of a grind. We'll see what he takes on his third. Oh yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, it was a good lift. We caught it. We're the refs now.
Yeah, you got a blue light from one side ref. That could have been up and down. Could have been maybe his elbows being unlocked at the start or finish of the lift, or both. Angel opening up with 137 kilos on platform 2. That's a big landmark bench for a lot of lifters, is that 300 pounds.
Yeah, I'm out here benching my squat, but that's okay. And looked very easy.
Yeah, textbook
so
opener at
I'm
Angel.
excited. I would probably go at least for a 315-pound bench on my second attempt, if not more, if I were him. But we'll see what he says. And then we have this, nice young teenager taking 281 pounds.
Wow.
There's a lot of teens that lift at my gym, and they can't do this. Love you guys. If you're on the stream right now, love you guys. No shade. I love you all. But that's an impressive bench press is where I'm getting at. 281.
Oh, it looked like he
Oh, no.
got all three, and he must have jumped to command.
Yeah.
Because he did get that weight back up.
It looked so easy. I would just go up,
I
honestly.
bet he jumped. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Jesse on platform 2, crowd favorite, opening up with 325 pounds. Oh, it's so easy. Makes light work of that.
So far,
Of course,
so
in a commercial, 2-to-1 good lift. Of course, in a commercial gym, 325 pounds is over that 3-plate bench threshold, over that 315, which is what, 147? 142?
315. Something like that. Something like that. 137.5 is 303, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got to be 147.
Abraham on platform 1, making light work of 132. Just under 300 pounds.
And then Wyatt on platform 2, taking 341 for his opener.
This is what I squatted yesterday.
Nice. Another teen lifter just opening with these massive bench presses.
Yeah, wow.
And Ruben getting some major hype. We're overhearing it. Getting some major hype from his handler as he goes to take this 292-pound bench press for his second attempt. Oh, not quite there.
Yeah, a little heavy for Ruben today. He's had a rough go so far, but hopefully he'll come back for it on his third.
And I think, too, that one, I think he knew. It looked like he skipped the press command.
It did.
And he knew it. And
it did.
And, he tried to keep fighting through it, but he just lost tension.
Yeah, a lot of times jumping that press command will really throw you off, and it can really throw you out of your groove, obviously, because he knew you weren't supposed to do that.
Yeah, but Noah, he's still on his groove. Good first attempt on bench press there for Noah.
All right, here comes Mike Chapman from Stand Strong.
The M2 lifter from Maine himself.
135 for his opener, 297 pounds.
Wow.
And
That's
he's
impressive.
on platform 2, opening with 167.5 kilos. That is just about 370 pounds. Oh, and he's one of our bench-only lifters.
Him and I think Jason Lasorsa is the other bench-only lifter. Yeah. So we've got one bench-only lifter on each platform. Oh, unfortunately no good for Mike there.
I didn't quite catch it. Did you?
I didn't either.
It looks from the lights like maybe it was a command.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem so sure either.
That's okay. He can go to the jury and ask always. What was that?
You're always allowed to
infraction?
ask what the lights are for.
Yeah. So then you can try to correct it. For
I
your next
often
attempt.
have coaches tapping on my shoulder asking why someone missed a lift.
Yeah.
All right, here's Edwin Nash in a bench shirt. Sorry, equipped lifter. Wow, opening up with 220 kilos, 485 pounds. This is more than some other guys squatted today.
I know. I just love the way too with the equipped shirt. It pulls your arms
You're just
forward
walking
and you walk
around
up.
like a zombie.
It's so funny.
Again, same concept as that squat suit going on here. So the shirt that Edwin's wearing is super, super, super tight.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to really fight just to pull the bar down to his chest. And then hopefully what you're looking for is for all of that built up kinetic energy to then just explode when you press it.
That's right. And you can see USAPL, you are allowed to bring your head up off the platform.
Wow, great opener out of Edwin.
That was really smooth. And
for an equipped bench, that was a great opener. Yeah, 2-to-1 good lift.
And he was able to bring it to his chest pretty
well.
I don't want to say easily, but well, yeah.
Yep, pretty well. You want it to be as smooth of a bar path as it can be.
That's
equipped.
promising.
Of course, that's pretty difficult.
It's promising for his next attempts.
Definitely, because again, like we talked about, sometimes with equipped, you see that the next attempts will maybe even get a little easier than openers because you're just towing that line between what's the lightest weight that I can definitely hit, but
Yeah.
how heavy does it have to be for it to move quickly?
Exactly, yeah.
All right, Mark Knowles taking 110 kilos for his second attempt on platform 2, starting up second attempt there.
That looked like a good press.
Yeah,
to
and John
me, for Mark
Facada,
and John.
yeah, making light work of all his bench attempts today, ending the day with 82.5 kilos on bench.
Moving up to 275 pounds for Pasquale on platform 1, his third attempt here. It looks like he made the minimum, like the smallest possible jump from his second to his third.
Chipped it, we call it.
Which is totally okay. I think it's pretty valid. I think, the jumps that he made and the jumps that John made, they make sense for the amount of weight that's on the bar. 5 kilos from first to second, and then 2.5 from second to third. That's still a pretty big percentage of the overall weight that
and
they're
it's
lifting.
a pattern you'll see a lot is that you'll take a bigger jump from your first to your second and maybe a little bit of a smaller jump from your second to third.
That's right.
Wow, what a grind from Pasquale. He's shaking his head that he's got it. Oh, and now he's saying, no, I don't.
Oh, so close.
A good fight.
What a heartbreak, too, to just not quite have it right that close to lockout.
Yep.
He's going to be spamming triceps in his offseason
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, that is so frustrating when you're so close to the lockout and you just can't get it.
Yeah. And we've got Jason coming up, one of our bench-only lifters, on platform 1 here.
£281 for his last attempt. Last lift of the meet. He's 2 for 2 so far. Hopefully he'll end the day making all of his lifts.
A nice
good fight
press
from
from
Terrence.
Yeah.
We're synced up.
And a good-looking press from Jason as
Yeah.
well. So it doesn't say down here because Jason's competing in the bench-only division. But Jason's another M2 lifter. So impressive in his own right that he's here.
Of course, his masters too.
Yeah, exactly. Still bench pressing damn near 300 pounds. You don't have to say I used to bench 405 in high school when you still bench a lot today. You know what I mean?
So Julian, I'm pretty sure, missed commands on his second attempt, and we thought that he would go up for his third, and it looks like he has, just by 2 kilos. Yeah, he missed on commands on his second attempt.
Electing for the lift off. And this is where he's got to wait for that, that handoff person to get out of the way to get the start command.
Yeah, he waited for that press. Oh, but it's just too heavy today.
It looks like he had a hard time keeping it on the chest. Which, oh, no, it looks like he has a cramp, actually.
It did look like, he was walking out with a little pain.
So that could explain some of the the uneasiness on the chest there, for
Hope
lack of a
he'll
better
feel a little
word.
bit better for deadlifts.
That's always the worst when you get that back cramp on bench.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Good press by Angel, though. 315. That's a commercial gym milestone. 3 plates. Oh, unfortunately, 2 red lights from the side, so maybe his butt came up or his feet moved or something.
Yeah, which again, like we were talking about with squats, same kind of thing will happen with every lift, is that a lot of times the side refs will catch something that maybe you can't see as easily from the front. A fight from Ruben, but a little too heavy today for his third attempt.
It looks like Ruben might be, maybe more used to using that sink and heave technique.
Yep.
Which, unfortunately, when you sink, the chief referee is going to wait for that bar to stop before they give you the press command. So
which is a lot of times counterintuitive to the technique.
Exactly. Sinking and heaving works well because you're capitalizing on momentum.
Yep.
And when the bar has to stop, you lose all of that momentum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anthony,
fight
let's
from
go.
Anthony on platform 2.
Not quite there.
Yeah, but just can't get over that hump.
But he can go for it again. He can try again. That's only his second attempt. I hope he does. Meanwhile, Abraham is going to take 303 for his third attempt on the bench press.
Yeah, this 137 is a big lift for a lot of lifters on bench.
Taking his time, very patient.
Yeah, that was
That's really good.
That's a good example of a really solid, just light touch,
Yeah.
completely motionless, Does not make it a hard time on the chief referee giving that press command.
That's right. And that bench in general, that was well executed.
Yeah, that was a very technical, good bench.
Sometimes when you're watching, if you watch a lot of bench presses, you can see when the upper back is just perfectly set, it's like, it's just looks the tiniest bit different, but it looks so much better, and it moves so much better. As someone who, I do have a hard time with consistency there on getting the upper back tight, I can really tell and really feel that extra tiny bit of tightness.
That's a big cue for a lot of lifters.
Yeah.
2-to-1 good lift for Jesse on platform 2. He got the same exact pattern of lights on his first bench. So I wonder if that's maybe some kind of habit that Jesse is trying to kick.
Oh, much better press by Mike, I think. Nice soft touch on the chest, controlled descent. I think that one is good. And
3 white lights for Mike.
Thankfully.
That's awesome.
And they did end up going up too. He missed that 135 second attempt, and they went up 2.5 kilos. So they didn't lose as much.
Yeah, I think we thought it was commands or something like that on his second as well. All right, our team 3 lifter on platform 2 taking a massive 162.5 kilos second attempt.
Wow. Easy.
Wow, very textbook bench out of Wyatt as well. Another great example.
And that was
he gets
a second.
3 white lights.
That looked like an opening attempt.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what he'll put on his third. Maybe 170.
Oh, I hope so.
All right, Dan on platform 1.
That was a good press.
Yep.
A little bit left in the tank, but that's okay. Sometimes that's what you want. We still have deadlifts after this, so.
Yeah, and talking about this a little bit before too, but everyone's got a different strategy, and you got to really pace yourself between each lift. If you give it all on squats, you don't want to burn out for bench and deadlift.
Yeah, and some people, they have that kind of like boundless energy where they can really just max out every lift, and some people do not. So it's just knowing yourself.
Yep.
Your coach knowing you as a lifter, and playing whatever game you need to play to have a good day.
Wow, Noah making light work of 380 pounds for his second attempt.
And we are already on flight B, benching for platform 1. And you can see here, Mr. Taylor illustrating that there's multiple different ways that you can set up for a bench. Some people do like to swing back like that. It helps them load their legs like a spring.
Yep.
And then they set their shoulders after. And you can see here, worked pretty well for, I'm going to say Conrad, and if it's really wrong, chat, I'm so sorry.
And Keith Harford setting up here, our other bench-only lifter, for 182 second attempt. That's just about 400 pounds.
The big 402 bench press. Wow, that's perfect. Oh no!
Oh.
The tension on the way down, it looked like for sure he was gonna
Yeah,
have
I was gonna say, a cue that a lot of lifters will use is bring your bar to the chest as a way of keeping your back tight, keeping your lats super engaged. And he did a really great example of that on the way down. Unfortunately, it was just a little heavy, but hopefully he can get it on his third, especially because this is a bench-only meet for him.
Yeah.
Looks to be a good lift from Andrew on platform 1. He gets 3 white lights on his opener.
Yeah.
And here comes Edwin, our equipped lifter on platform 2, taking 230 kilos. Wow, for his second attempt, 507 pounds.
That is not lightweight.
Not at all. And we've got that kind of bench 5-man spot going on.
That's right, because we're over 500 pounds here, so the rule book dictates we need those extra side spotters for safety.
So here he is pulling the bar down to his chest.
Keeping those elbows locked to the position.
Wow, dare I say that was just as good, if not maybe better than his opener.
Yeah, and that's
beautiful
where, to your point,
benching out of Edwin.
A little bit more weight helps fight the shirt a little bit more.
Yep, that's exactly what I was saying. Happened to me yesterday as well. Wow. Can't wait to see what he puts on for his third.
Me too. Me too.
Michael coming out on platform 1 saying, no, thank you. I don't need a handoff.
No, thank you.
112 kilos for his opener, just about 250 pounds.
And Mark coming out to take his third attempt bench of the day. Same weight as on platform 1. That looks like a strong press. Okay. I was looking at third attempts on the right and then first attempts on the left. A little confused because that moved very easy, but it's a first attempt. And Mark
grinding out his third attempt,
but locking it out.
Locking it out. Let's see. 2-1, no good. looks like maybe one ref on the side thought that there was some up and down or not locking out of the elbows, and another ref gave him a yellow. Maybe his feet came up, maybe his butt came up.
Definitely, he still lifted though.
Still lifted it.
They can't take that away.
Exactly. Hey, if it happened in the gym, it'd be a totally good lift.
That's right.
Michael Lee coming out on platform 1, taking 248 pounds for his first attempt. And Sean on platform 2 taking 125 for his third, 275 pounds.
Terrence coming out to take 308 pounds for his third attempt bench press. And Daniel, the bar is loaded for him, 275 on platform 1. Wow.
Nice controlled descent from Terrence. Let's
Lots
see
of
him
range
fight
of motion.
for it. Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Just a little heavy.
But he did get his second attempt,
Yep.
which has kept him in the meet. And that over Daniel, taking the bench, getting ready to unrack the bar for platform 1. Pretty easy unrack, I'd say. Man, he's got some long arms.
Yeah, he's got quite a narrow grip, but it's no problem for him. It's an easy opener through white lights.
Alexander going for 314 on his third bench, this big milestone. Oh, nice. Very nice by him.
Good lift from Alexander.
You can see a little slowdown kind of midway. That's my sticking point. Because I'm able to get it off the chest, and then, it slows down a little, and you really have to fight to get everything back and stabilize it online again if you're at the top weight. But that was a good bench by him, and he'll probably be happy. He's got that commercial
for
gym
sure.
3-plate lift now.
William with a solid opener of 125 kilos. In our guest division, he gets 3 white lights.
Anthony going for 325. Very close grip there. So one thing, some lifters, we talk about the grip width. There's a lot of reasons why you could have a different. Oh,
a little heavy for Anthony
just
today.
Just a little heavy for him today. So he did make his first attempt. So he'll carry over the first attempt from his squat and the first attempt from his bench to his subtotal going to deadlift.
Yeah, with the different bench grips, there's advantages and disadvantages to everything. Just as any technique with every lift. We were talking about reducing that range of motion with a wider grip like Ding has on platform 1. But of course, the wider your grip is, the more of your chest it's going to engage, those chest muscles, whereas a more narrow grip is going to involve a lot more tricep work.
That's right.
So it's about playing to your strengths there a lot of times.
And not only that, but you also may have to play to your weaknesses. So if you lack shoulder mobility and stability, it might be better for you to take a closer grip. Because you're able to engage more of those triceps, like you're saying. You're able to better engage your back and your lats to help keep your shoulder girdle stable. Whereas with that wider grip, it is a little bit harder to do, and it does demand much more ability and motion of your shoulder joint to be able to tolerate that kind of extreme range of motion.
Jesse looking to close out bench today with 165 kilos, about 364 pounds. And Marcus opening up with 303 pounds, 137.5 kilos.
Man, I can't wait to see Jesse deadlift. I don't know what about you, but just looking at this bench press.
And he is quite the deadlifter. The puller, as I say.
There's something so satisfying, too, with long arm deadlifters, and they've got this ultra wide grip still, and they come down, and it's like at the perfect 90-degree angle of their
Yep.
arms. There's just something so aesthetically pleasing about that.
2-1 again on Jesse's bench. He got that same light from the head ref every time. I'm gonna have to ask him afterwards what that was for.
What color was it?
Yellow.
Interesting.
All right, Wyatt, our Team 3 lifter, 170 kilos, a massive 375-pound bench
You know what I bet it
for his
was?
last attempt.
We haven't talked about this much with the lifters yet, but you can see on platform 2, I'll say Wyatt has the maximum legal grip width. And that grip
You're so
width,
right.
Yeah, that grip width is indicated. There's these little rings on the bar, and your index finger has to, your index finger has to cover
Yep.
that. Or your hands can be anywhere inside that ring.
Yep.
If you're not covering that ring and you're doing max grip, so like if your index finger ends up going outside of the ring, and now the ring is in between your hands, you've exceeded max legal grip, and that is like one of those kind of like catch-all rules that if
Yep.
you violate that, then you would get that yellow card. It's hard to see on the live stream. You can kind of see it on platform 1
Yeah, it's a little
here.
difficult to make out just with the lighting.
Yeah, above the M in Massachusetts, if you look at the bar, there's like a line on the barbell, and that's the ring on the left, and then you can see on the right
break
side
between
as well.
the knurling. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I bet that's what it is, and that's not something that would be very easy to catch from the side.
Yeah, you can't see it all from the side.
Yeah.
The plates are totally blocking that from the side.
All right, Noah looking to end the day on bench with 177.5 kilos.
But that makes a good point, you know. Nice press by
Nice
Noah.
grind, yeah.
The side referees and the chief referee, they have very different viewpoints
Yep.
of the lift. And there's things that the side referees are going to see better and calls that they have, like, I'll say more value adding than the chief referee and vice versa. So the chief referee, they can see the rings better where the side referees can't see it so much. The side referees can see butt up and like foot movement better than the chief referee. So that's why we have 3 different people on the platform. They can see the lift in its entirety amongst the 3 of them.
Yep.
And so that's why we deem those 3 to be fair to adjudicate the lift itself and whether it meets the standards that we're looking for.
And here comes our equip lifter Edwin looking to take 518 pounds for his last bench attempt.
Let's go.
Jumped 5 kilos from his last.
Oh, I'm a little concerned about his left elbow.
Yeah, I am too. Might get called for not being locked at the start. Wow, great grind though.
Very good lift.
Really solid equipped bench. Let's see what they say. Yeah, 2-1 good lift, and I bet that blue was for his elbows at the start. But hey, he got 2 whites. That's all you need.
That's right. And we are on to flight B benches for platform 2. Moving right along. We started lifting at 2:30. It is 4:04.
Yeah, we are cruising. If this is your first time tuning in to watch a powerlifting meet, you're getting lucky. You're getting some hours back
You
to
really
your
are.
night. All right, here comes Dylan opening up 120 kilos on bench.
Down for me.
Go with the squats, so hopefully he'll have a better time with his benches.
Yeah, you know, and sometimes you can start off the day having a rough time on squat. But sometimes it just like helps get the nerves out almost.
Yeah,
If you can
exactly.
channel that as like, you know what, I had a bad time. It only goes up from here. Then you could turn it around on bench and deadlift and still manage to crank out a good day. So I hope that's the case for him.
I'll be incredibly nervous until I get my first squat, and then once I hit that first squat, I feel 10 times better.
That's
So I
right.
definitely get the feeling.
I talked to some lifters yesterday who missed, you know, some of their, you know, missed their first squat and or second squat. And for them, it was almost like relieving. Like, I only have to hit my opener again. You know, I
Yeah.
don't have to keep going up.
Yeah.
I messed it up on the first one and then messed it up the second time, but the third time around was the charm. And it was almost like just those mess ups, like it just took all expectations away. And then all you have to do is squat the weight you squatted 2 times before. But
On
obviously not
platform-
ideal.
No. On platform 1, we've got Michael benching 120 kilos per second attempt. And Jacob made light work of his 130 kilo opener on platform 2.
Generally 2 pretty easy benches.
Yeah. I think Michael, I'll get 3 white lights. A little bit of a delay with the lifting cast system. And coming out for his first attempt on platform 2 is NUPL president alum Jason. Opening up just under 300 pounds. Jason, of course, is being coached and handled today by current Northeastern powerlifting coach Kate Driscoll. She has run so many lifters through this meet this weekend, including myself, and
right.
maybe I'm biased, but she's just about the best coach you could get.
I hear nothing but good things.
She is amazing, and man, does she have a spreadsheet for everything. She's got your warm-ups timed to the second.
Wow.
Great opener out of Jason.
And what a grind for Scott on his second attempt there. If memory serves, his squats were kind of like that too.
Yeah.
Where they just looked like more difficult than you would expect, but he went 3 for 3 in squat.
Yeah, and he got 2-to-1 good lights on that lift as well.
Yeah, so he just, some people are like that, especially lifters who've been lifting for a long time. They understand the grind. They know the limits of their body. They know how hard they can really push.
Yep.
So you'll see that sometimes with more veteran lifters, that the art of the grind has been acquired. And all of their lifts look hard, but they somehow still do it.
Daniel coming out on platform 2 with 140 kilos for his first attempt.
Nice tension there, but long press command.
Yeah,
wow.
long press command. He did kind of have that
Bubbling.
bounce on the chest, which is okay. That's allowed. But of course, does make you wait for that press command for the bar to be motionless.
That's
but he got through at lights.
Hopefully on the next one, he's able to stabilize that bar a little bit quicker, so his press command is a little bit faster. Daniel on platform 1, going for 286. And Andrew
really setting up that arch on platform 1.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially when you have such a big arch, I can relate to this. You have to take the extra care to get it just right, because if your arch is too low, then you've added an inch more of range of motion than you expect to add.
Yep.
So it's a variable that, folks who do quote-unquote flat back benching, it's not as drastic for them as when you've got a big arch. Jackson coming out to take 363 pounds for his first attempt bench press. 363 for his first attempt. And based on how this moves, I'm going to make a call about what his third attempt is going to be. And chat, you guys can keep me honest here with this gamble. But I think this is going to move really well. Wow. Yeah, I'm hoping that he goes somewhere between, 385 and 396 today, because that moved really well. And William really working to get that second attempt through. Unfortunately, I think due to that grind, I think his butt probably came up or his feet moved a little bit. Oh, he is so upset.
Stinks.
He does have the opportunity to go take it again. And you see he did ask the side referee there, what's the call for?
Yeah.
And he understood when they told him. So he knows what he needs to fix. The problem here now is, does he have the energy to do it again?
And coming out now is Pat Peter, that NUPO former teammate, opening up at the 170 kilos, massive 375-pound opener for this 110-kilo lifter.
If he's not pressing 400 by the end of the day today, I quit. The live stream will be silent for deadlifts. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That was a beautiful bench press. I know it's just a first attempt and they're supposed to look that good. Oh, no.
No, 2-to-1.
2-to-1.
I didn't quite catch what it was, but it is that yellow card, so it could have been a command. Could have been, from the front, they're not calling really your butt or your feet moving.
One time I did see a lifter, especially the lifter with the high arches, when they're resetting, they unrack with their butt up, and then they put their butt down, and sometimes they get a start command really fast, but sometimes those lifters like to adjust their butt a couple times. Maybe that's what happened, where he got the start command and then he just readjusted his butt before he started
Something
the
like
press.
that. I'm sure it was something, it definitely was not something he expected, so
yeah.
He'll come out again and probably try 170 again for his second.
Oh, I'd go up if I were him.
I would hope so, but you want to play it safe as well.
True. There's a good 385-pound bench press from Chris.
Yep.
On platform 2.
2-to-1 good lift. It did look like, from the front, you could maybe argue that his elbows could have been locked out a little bit more.
Some of these bigger lifters, and it's just a matter of geometry, when you have a bigger bicep, it just creates a bigger profile, and it looks like there's a bigger divot for your elbow, and it looks like you're more unlocked. Some people take advantage of that, obviously, but sometimes it gives the illusion of being unlocked when you're truly locked. I think Marcus is a good example of that, actually, from the angle we can see. He's very clearly locked out, but because he has a bigger arm, it makes it almost look like he's not locked, even though he very much exaggerated that lockout for us.
And Justin opening up with 190 kilos on platform 2, 418 pounds.
And Lachlan, who opened his squat with 600 pounds, is opening bench with 336.
Wow, yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
That's incredibly impressive.
Especially because I don't think he's very old. If he's in the open, I mean, in theory, he's over 23, but I don't think he's that old. Justin making 418 pounds look like 4 pounds.
Yeah,
Oh
wow.
my goodness.
2-to-1 good lift. Yeah, another elbows call from the front.
Yeah, and again, sometimes there's just nothing you can do.
Lachlan's also registered in the teen.
Okay, so
He's
he's
competing in the
teen
open and teen.
He's
So he is,
19.
yeah.
Benching
Wow.
336. Pay attention, ladies and germs. This kid's going places.
All right, third attempts again on platform 1. 192 kilo opener out of Alessandro. 425 pounds just about.
That looked
Wow,
great.
so speedy.
That looked great.
3 white lights.
And we're back to the top of the order on flight B for platform 2. And we, we're on third attempts of bench for platform 1. So only a handful more benches on platform 1 before they get ready to deadlift. You know what that means. You got to turn up the intensity.
Oh, yeah.
bench can oftentimes be a little sleepy, but
Yeah.
that's just because, there's just not very many moving parts. But once
And of
deadlift
course,
comes around,
yeah, if you were in the audience here, you would see that it's a little quieter on purpose. The music gets turned down. Oh, just a little heavy for Conrad today. But,
unfortunately.
you're getting all those commands from the chief referee, and when you're lying on the bench, you're not looking at them, so you don't get that visual hand motion of a command. So you turn the music down a little bit so that hopefully all the lifters can hear all of their commands, because you're only relying on your hearing.
That's right. 275 second attempt looked good for Dylan. One yellow card. Maybe his foot moved or one butt cheek came up. Kinda hard to tell from this
Which
angle,
does
obviously.
happen, on bench. So a lot of times it's unilateral.
Yeah.
It's asymmetrical with that maybe one side of the butt coming up a little bit more than the other side, or one foot moving.
I'm very good for that. One butt cheek coming up and not the other. I'm so asymmetrical when I bench. I look like I have scoliosis.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of
Quite a fight
asymmetrical,
from Andrew.
and that's
120
okay
kilos on his third.
if there
Let's
was no
see.
downward motion. That's
Yep.
okay. Oh,
Looks like there
unfortunately,
was. Yeah, we didn't quite catch.
But again, he pressed it. Nobody's going to take that fact away from him.
Exactly. Wow, Jacob grinding out 135 for his second attempt on platform 2. Let's see what the refs say. It is a good lift, just a bit of a grind. He won't take the biggest jump on his third.
No, and if I know anything, I think the TSP guys are going to take care of him and try to give him something that he can actually achieve. Unfortunately, no lift there for Scott, and he's got kind of a list of the commands there, or excuse me, of infractions. So, unfortunately, not a good lift, but he was successful with his second attempt. We have Zachary George on platform 2, 325 pounds for his second attempt. And Michael looking to take 275. That's that, 2 plates and a quarter in a commercial gym. Getting his arch set up, making sure it's just right. Both benchers get their start commands. Zach really fighting for it. Same with Michael. One able to lock it out, and the other, unfortunately, just a little bit too much on the day. So we've got Andrew looking to take 385 for a second bench. This is a junior.
Yeah,
this is a junior
wow.
lifter looking to take 385.
And looking to break this string of, oh no, that's the other platform.
Yeah,
looking to continue this string of good second attempts on platform 2.
If I didn't know any better, I think he's I think he's looking
Wow.
to get a 402-pound bench press today.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
that's
Michael
182. Yeah.
looking to break a string of failed third attempts
Yeah.
on platform 1 with his 125 kilo third attempt.
They made a 7.5 kilo jump from the second, so they had to be confident that there was a lot more in the tank. All right, here he comes. Pretty stable, a little slow down, but he fights through it.
Wow, quite a grind for his third attempt. That's a beautiful third attempt, honestly.
Let's see what the referees say.
Yeah,
oh,
through white lights. Couldn't have squeezed in a kilo more. He's so happy about that.
Excellent call by his coaching staff there. And Jackson, a good lift as well.
All right, Patrick is looking to get redemption on his first bench. He did go up. He did go up by 5 kilos. So I wonder if it was a command that he must have jumped on that first attempt.
Only 5 kilos?
Yeah, he went up by 5 kilos. So, you know, wanted to go up, but also wanted to play it safe because he did miss his first attempt.
And then we got William over here with 292 for his third attempt.
All right, let's see it.
All
Very
right.
similar setup from these
Synchronized
two
benching.
benchers. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
they both finish it.
Yeah, good grind from both of them. Let's see. 3 white lights for Pat.
1 good lift, 2 good lifts.
And 2 good lifts. 2 to 1 good lift for William. A yellow card, maybe some butt, maybe some feet.
Now that 5 kilo jump makes a little bit more sense. Yeah.
I wonder what the story is there. I'll have to find out later.
He's got such a long range of motion.
He
man.
does.
So I mean, he's doing double the work that I'm doing.
He can't be putting in more than 180 for his third.
Oh, certainly not.
Christopher coming out with 185 kilos for his second attempt. 408 pounds just about.
Damn. Let's see it. Again, a little worried about that left elbow, but...
Yeah, I think he got called.
Oh, no.
I do think he's going to get some up and down called,
Oh,
yeah, on that
that's too
bench.
bad.
That's unfortunate.
He can't
Hopefully
take
he'll
it
try
again.
again on his third.
Yep. And then 303 pounds loaded on the bar for Daniel Williams of Boston Barbell. Keep an eye in that top right-hand corner behind the spotter for his coach. Assuming this goes well, I imagine to see some animation coming from the corner over there.
Oh, yeah.
If he's there.
Alessandro taking, 200 kilos for his second attempt.
Wow.
Went up 7 kilos from his first. Just a little
Not
heavy
quite
for
there.
Daniel. Yeah.
Big 200 milestone,
Yeah,
though, here on
huge.
platform
Wow.
2.
Wow, and he's definitely
Wow.
benched that before.
Yeah, and that's successful execution of that kind of sinking technique that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, it's really tough to do. And you know what? He did it. 2 to 1 good lift.
Being able to kind of keep all that energy like stored for a stable press without your muscles shaking, and then getting that press command real quick is the key, and he executed well. Here comes Justin. 446 on the bar.
And Ding taking 145, about 320 pounds. Really setting up his arch there.
Yeah, doing everything he can to make sure he's centered on the bench and he's as high up on his traps as possible to get the biggest arch that he can.
Oh my goodness.
Justin getting along, the replace
just
command.
can't really lock it out on his third.
Yeah.
But a good grind nonetheless.
He was so close.
And same thing for Ding, a
Yeah.
grind. Let's see what they say. He did get that rack command. 3 white lights, all right, good lift.
I'm interested to see if Justin takes that again or if he scratches it.
Yeah. Because, you know, he really was struggling, and sometimes it's just not worth the fight.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but like when your triceps are done, your triceps are done.
Yep. They burn out.
And that's all that's left when you're really just looking for that last amount of lockout. That's all that's left is triceps. So we'll see what he puts in.
Dylan taking 130 kilos for his third attempt on bench on platform 2. And Marcus also on his third attempt on platform 1, 150 kilos, just about an even 330 pounds. Good fight from Dylan on platform 2.
And that's a good
2
lift.
to 1 good lift. Yeah, happy to see him have a better day on bench. Hopefully that can continue into deadlifts.
Oh, unsure
Marcus
about that one.
fighting for 150.
We'll see what the chief referee has to say. I'm a hater. It's a good lift. It's a good lift.
Good lift.
And that's where it's, it's so critical. It's like I can't hear the commands.
Right.
So
Exactly.
when he came down on the chest, I thought maybe he might have had a little bit of up down on the chest, like, got the press command and then like pulled it down a little more, but nope. I'm a hater.
Lachlan taking the last bench of the night on platform 1, 157.5 kilos. Oh, and Jacob fighting for 137.5 on platform 2.
That looked very good.
That'd be great to hit for the first time on the platform. Yeah, 3 white lights. He'll be happy with that.
And our 19-year-old lifter, Lachlan, going for 347 for his third. He looks pretty dialed in. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That was very
That was
smooth.
great.
That was second attempt level smooth.
Yeah, wow. 3 white lights. And the crowd's getting loud now for Jason on platform 2. 152.5 kilos for his last bench, 336 pounds.
You weren't sure what to expect. It's barking. The
Yeah,
crowd getting loud is barking.
We are the Huskies.
Here we go.
A touch.
Oh,
a great fight. Let's see.
He did a good job of controlling.
3 white lights. Yeah, he's so happy with that. Waiting for that fist bump from his former roommate. Aw. All right, platform 1 is setting up for deadlift. Same thing will happen as what did after squats. They'll set up for that deadlift, and we'll start a 10-minute timer.
Meanwhile, on platform 2,
we still got a handful of lifts on platform 3. It's been a long day.
It has. Platform 2, we've got a 336-pound bench press attempt for Zachary. Looks like a strong position there to start.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough press. Yeah, a little heavy for today. Oh, I hope he walks off okay. It looks like he might have
maybe it's just
shoulder
a cramp,
there. Yeah.
Hopefully. But it is sometimes hard when you're trying to really fight for that. And then before you know it, just a little bit of a tweak. Hopefully that doesn't really impact him much on the deadlift.
Yep.
Typically doesn't. But
hopefully not.
Yeah.
All right, Pat Peter jumped 2 kilos for his third, so we're probably expecting a bit of grind. Let's see if he's got it in him. His teammates cheering him on.
I'm confident.
Everyone on platform 1 looking up to platform 2. All right.
On, buddy.
Nice.
Yay.
All right, let's see what they say. That was quite faster than his first and second, I mean.
All right, ladies and germs, I've won that gamble. I won that bet.
Yeah.
I said somewhere between 385 and 396, and he landed it right in the middle, 391. So
he walks away happy with that.
You heard it here first.
Perfect.
Andrew, look at it, take the big milestone.
Wow, every time Andrew comes out on the platform for this bench, I'm just blown away.
Yeah.
402 pounds as a junior lifter is incredible.
Right. I'm expecting him to hit this based on how his second moved, but I don't want to jinx him. Great positioning there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and you were right when you said 185. I think he had that in him today.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have squeezed out 2 more kilos, but 182 was perfect.
That's plenty. 400 pounds is plenty.
Yeah. The lights are a little, playing a little catch up with the lights, but that was a good lift.
And then Jackson going to take the same weight, 402. This is such a milestone lift for many lifters.
Yeah.
For many lifters, this is like the pinnacle of success. Did you bench 400 pounds? Yes or no?
I almost thought you were asking me, and I was going to say,
someday.
No, I'm nowhere close to that.
Oh.
Yeah, a bit of like that heaving thing going on from Jackson too, or not heaving, but sinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 2 to 1, no good.
But
those yellow cards.
So
could have been his butt or his feet moving. Of course, on bench, your feet are allowed to slide, but they cannot come up. You can't have like either your heels or your toes lift up from the ground. Most often, it's the heels coming up.
Yep.
All right, we've got 3 benches left on platform 2.
413 pounds by Chris.
There's Gino in the back ready to cheer him on. Looks like he didn't make 185. Oh yeah, his elbows weren't quite locked out, I think is
Yeah.
what it was. But he's jumping a couple keys here.
No,
See.
wow, very controlled descent.
Yeah, wow. Oh,
And definitely fighting for it.
fights for it.
We'll see if his butt
Looks
came up from the
pretty
side
solid
referees.
from the front. 3 white lights.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
There was a lot of movement there, but
Yeah.
obviously from our angle you can't
But
tell
hey,
at
he
all.
fought for it and he got it, and he got it pretty clean. 3 white lights.
We love to see that.
All right, coming into our last benches of the day, 202.5 kilos on the bar for Justin. He's looking for redemption after that missed second attempt. He just couldn't quite lock out his triceps.
Taking his time to set up. And of course, these Northeastern powerlifting spotters, they're pretty comfortable with giving handoffs with weights this heavy because they do it a lot in training.
Oh, yeah. And we're lifting off for equipped benches this heavy all the time. All right, Justin.
Doesn't seem too hard. I'm just.
Oh, he gets stuck in that same spot.
I'm almost wondering if he can't lock out.
Yeah, wow, he got it. All right. There he goes, 2-1.
I wonder if he went to that chief referee.
He did take a moment at the start to point out something to them, and I wonder if that's what it was.
I know a lot of times lifters sometimes, like, they can have, if they have, like, mobility restrictions where they simply cannot lock out their elbow.
It did look like he really sold it on that one. Like, he wasn't trying to push anymore at the top. You could see that he was done lifting.
That's right, yeah.
All right, last bench of the night. Platform 2, Alessandro, 205 kilos as a junior lifter is incredible.
The chalk dust cloud looking like smoke behind him. Last bench press of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Alessandro. Yes!
Let's see.
Oh,
nice.
Beautiful execution there.
Wow, awesome to end bench off.
Classic example of a sync technique.
Oh, yeah. All right, that's going to be it for our bench lifts today. Platform 2 is going to take a second to set up for deadlift, take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back in just about 7 minutes when Platform 1 starts deadlifts.
That's right. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, listeners and watchers. John smoking his first attempt here on the deadlift. So, as you could have guessed, same fashion. We're going to have these 2 rounds. They're going to each take 3 attempts. But this time we're doing the deadlift.
Yeah, and we were commenting before with squat and bench about how quickly they were moving. It tends to be the deadlifts are often the fastest
That's
lifts
right.
because there's no spotting involved. The lifter is allowed to start the lift of their own volition. They're not waiting for a command. They just happen to be, a lot of times they're the fastest lift. So this might go even faster than squat and bench already did.
That's right.
Mike opening up with
Wow.
an easy 140 kilos. Looked like he was
Softly
about to clean that.
Softly putting it down.
Yeah. Which, is important. You do have to make sure your hands stay in contact with the bar all the way back to the ground.
That's
if you
right.
drop it at the top, if you throw it down, if you kind of let it drop, you are going to get yellow cards.
That's right. And that is one of the big infractions for deadlift. There's a couple other infractions as well. If you get thrown a red card on the deadlift, it means you did not lock out properly. So either your shoulders or your knees weren't locked out. If you get a blue card on the deadlift, that means up-down motion, which is a similar theme.
Yep.
From squat and bench. It also can mean something called ramping. You may also hear it as hitching or supporting. I like the word supporting because it kind of better describes, and ramping, they describe like the illustration of the act. So when you're deadlifting, most of the time in conventional, once you get it past the knees and it's really heavy, lifters sometimes will rest the bar on their thighs.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll use that to help them get the bar up, and that's not allowed. Unfortunately, Abraham didn't do that, so I can't give you an example of what ramping looks like.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately,
His opener.
a good lift for him. But if there is a lifter that does that in this session, I'll be sure to make note of it.
Yeah, and we really haven't,
yeah.
I feel like someone commented on it on another part of the live stream, but I really haven't seen much of that at all this whole
no.
competition, which is great. Seen some pretty good deadlifts all around this whole weekend.
That's right. I think there was a couple lifters yesterday who got some individual side calls here and there for it, but I think those were just a matter of like they got off balance, and then it ended up being like that, but they weren't trying to do that.
Yep.
Whereas with strong men, you'll see it a lot more often.
Ruben's happy with how fast that
Yeah.
opener moved. 212 kilos, 468 pounds.
You know
Three
what?
white lights.
Yeah, he's happy with that, and he had a little bit of a rough go of it with the bench press. So good to see that he's happy and in good spirits starting off the deadlift.
For sure. Platform 2 is just about 5 minutes behind Platform 1. So they'll be joining us shortly. But for now, we've got Dan opening up at 227.5 kilos. That's the closest you'll get on kilo plates to an even 500-pound pull.
That's right.
Nice.
Making it look easy. Oh,
Makes it look easy, but it flew up so fast.
I think that's the best example of what a speed
Oh, but they
wobble-
gave it to him.
yeah.
They gave him 3 white lights. Yeah, sometimes, and maybe that wasn't the perfect example of it because he got 3 white lights, but sometimes lifters will almost be surprised by how fast the weight moves on
Yeah.
deadlifts, and the speed of it will almost kind of,
knock him off balance.
knock him off balance, pull him back down, like a frisbee almost.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or what am I thinking of? Boomerang.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Just
Yeah.
whiplash him back down a little bit.
And like it happened a little bit on his, but not so much that the bar went up and down itself.
Right, and he still managed to keep his hips locked, his shoulders locked,
That's right.
which is what the refs are looking for,
That's
the
right.
knees as well.
A good 507-pound deadlift from Pasquale there. But we're going up. 551 is the next deadlift here by Julian on platform 1. Even 250-kilo deadlift for this raw teen.
This is quite a small flight. I didn't even notice that we have on platform 1.
Yeah, that is interesting.
It's only 7 because you know what? One of
yeah,
our
the last
lifters was
lifters-
bench only.
That's right.
So we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lifters in that flight. That's
Pretty small.
pretty much as small as it can get.
Pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Oh, great lift by Julian
Yeah,
there.
wow.
Yeah, he definitely is a deadlift.
Wow, 250 kilos is incredible for a
Yeah.
Teen 2 lifter
Yep.
to open with. I wonder what his jump's going to be for his second.
Already back to the top of the order on deadlifts.
Yeah,
with
wow,
John.
we are going to fly through these.
I feel like I blinked, and I'm seeing John deadlift again.
I bet John feels the same way.
And he went up 20 kilos from his
Yeah,
first attempt.
I have
Nice.
a feeling that John is, was saving it all for deadlifts a little bit. I'm excited to see what he's going to pull today. And right now, looking to pull 320 pounds.
Pretends to go for the sumo pull and then brings it back in for conventional.
You know,
He's
maybe
like,
funny in certain communities, maybe a little more serious of a debate. That sumo versus conventional pull.
Listen, whatever you got to do to
Whatever
get the
you
weight
gotta
up.
do.
This sport is about maximizing the amount of weight you can put on the bar. That's why we have single ply equipped lifting. That's why we have multiply equipped lifting. That's why we have unlimited equipped lifting. That's why there's a whole untested side of the sport, which you will not see today.
Nope.
Because USA Powerlifting is America's choice for drug-free strength sport. But some people take it to the extreme, and that's what powerlifting is about. What can you do to lift the most weight?
And some of us just aren't blessed with those powerlifting physiques and anatomies and leverages. Some of
Right.
us have got to shorten that range of motion
That's
where we
right.
can. Mike pulling up 160 kilos like it's nothing. 3
Yeah.
white lights.
Great work by
Yeah,
Mike.
his stance really makes me think that he's about to like clean it.
I know.
I wonder if he does strongman.
I don't know about that, but it definitely, whatever.
Definitely
it's working,
could.
It's working for him,
Yeah.
anyways. Abraham looking to take already. We're up to basically 420 pounds.
Yep, and we're just getting started on platform 2 with Terrence opening up. Oh, just kidding. Well, we're about to. Oh, I think he timed out, Terrence,
Oh,
unfortunately.
no.
Yeah, so like we mentioned, every lifter's got 60 seconds to start their lift, whether that be getting the squat or start command on squat and bench,
Yeah.
or just initiating the deadlift on their own. And it looked like he didn't get to the platform in time.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be able to take that lift in the warm-up room so that he doesn't miss out on that. But maybe he won't, because there's a whole other flight that's warming up in there. So hopefully, if he's not able to take it in the warm-up room, his coach doesn't go up, and they try to take that on the second attempt.
Been a bit of a tough day for Terrence. Hopefully he
Yeah.
can get, end on a high note for his second and third deadlift.
Meanwhile, we have Sean coming up to 205 kilos on the bar for his first attempt deadlift on platform 2.
And we are cooking on platform 1 in the middle of seconds already. 217 kilos for Ruben.
479 pounds. That is not lightweight. But doesn't seem to present any kind of challenge to him.
Yeah,
He's happy
very
about
happy at the top. Deadlift often gets some of the most expression and emotion out of the lifters. It's the end of the day. They're tired. They're kind of ready to be done.
Exactly.
They've
And
put
can you blame
themselves
them?
through it. Yeah, and you can just see their faces. You can see the relief, the happiness, the whatever it is. Happy to be finishing strong.
And it truly is like a release at that point. When you're able to really just fight through, and the deadlift goes against like every possible instinct where you're
Yep.
like, this is so heavy, this is so heavy. This is so
Yeah,
heavy,
and you just
have
got to keep
pushing.
pulling.
Yep.
3 white lights for Alexander. And Dan taking 240 kilos for his second attempt. Wow, 530 pounds.
So you'll notice some of these lifters,
Nice.
They're not wearing their competition tees anymore. And that's because for the deadlift, USA Powerlifting allows you to take them off. You can show off your gains.
Yeah.
You are required to wear a t-shirt for squat and bench for hygienic reasons. Obviously, your bar is touching the back on squat, so the knurling can like cut your back and get blood on the bar. And then for bench as well, just everybody's back is touching the bench.
Yep.
So we want you to wear a t-shirt. But some people on deadlift still keep their t-shirt on. Tell me about some of the reasons why somebody might do that.
Keep their t-shirt on
Yeah.
deadlift.
Maybe they don't want to change.
Yeah,
I
personal preference.
I have heard
Maybe
from
you got like a whole nice meet day outfit that you're
That's
proud to
right.
show off.
I have heard from some people. Wow, a little bit of a fight there for Pasquale.
Yeah.
But he managed to
Seems
lock
happy
it
at the
out.
top. Let's see. 3 white lights.
So sometimes lifters who maximize their deadlift, so to speak, to get the most weight possible, tend to have their shoulders stuck a little bit forward. Whether it's they're pulling mixed grip or hook grip, sometimes their shoulders can just roll a little bit forward, and the t-shirt kind of hides that. So they can kind of get away with a little bit
Yep.
more of a forward shoulder position by keeping their t-shirt on. So some lifters do, and
Yeah.
sometimes lifters will change into a looser t-shirt.
Yep.
So it obscures the shoulder a little bit more. And there's nothing in the rulebook that says you can't do that. So, you know, they're following the rules there and doing what they can with their own body. It looks like Julian might have just tore his hand, like tore a
Yeah,
callus.
looks like he couldn't really break the floor, we call it, with that weight. Walked
Yeah.
away, kind of looking frustrated with his hand.
And the
Might have ripped
spotters
open
are-
a callus
yeah,
there.
the spotters are
Hey,
asking for some bleach
I
to
am
clean off the bar
familiar,
there.
yeah.
I rip my deadlift callus open every single deadlift
I did
session,
a week
I swear.
before the meet and was
Oh,
praying it
no.
would be okay. Thank goodness it was.
Wow. Angel
Angel
making
smoking his opener of a light 550 pounds.
And here comes Edwin. I'm interested to see if he is using a deadlift
Yeah,
suit
if
today.
he's in a suit or not.
Yesterday, you and Tansy, did you guys both elect to go raw for your deadlift?
No, so Tansy was raw.
Okay.
I kept my squat
Oh, that's
suit
right.
on. I wear the same suit for squat and deadlift.
Okay.
Just out of convenience, really.
Out
But
of
what you'll
convenience, you have to
see,
put it back
I mean, yeah, not out of convenience. But instead of wearing a separate deadlift suit. But what happens with the equipped lifting here with deadlifts is that you get the least help from
Yeah.
the suit in deadlifts as compared to squat or bench. Squat and bench, you get a lot of help from the suit. Deadlifts, not so much. Really, it's
Yeah.
just helping you maybe break the floor a little bit easier, get some speed off the floor. But other than that, it's not really giving you much past your knees with the lockout. So some people will just say, hey, I don't need it at all.
Yeah, and I mean, and that makes sense, right? Because I feel like part of the reason why the squat suit and the bench shirt help you so much is because you have that eccentric to load it.
Exactly.
And with the deadlift,
Exactly.
you go
In the
from
deadlift, it's just the
you
hinge,
go from
really, that's loading it up.
Loosey goosey loosey
Yeah.
at the top to like suddenly you have to build up all this
Yeah.
tension to rip this bar off the floor. But just the range of motion, the torso angle, all of these things, they're not really conducive to like building tension.
Yeah. Wyatt taking a huge opener here for a team three,
Whoa.
285 kilos, 630
Let's go,
pounds.
Mike. Let's go, Mike.
Yeah, Mike finishing the day with 175 kilos. Let's see.
Yeah, Mike.
2-to-1 good lift, and looked like a crazy fast opener for Wyatt as well. Yeah, he gets 3
Wow.
white lights. All right, interested to see what Wyatt's going to end the day with.
Way
He's
to
having
go,
a good
Mike.
day. Yeah, he's projected. So Wyatt's projected first in his teen division, and he's also projected second currently in the open, which is, of course, the open is all of the age classes, which is incredible. All right, Jesse with the even bigger opener, biggest opener of the flight, 302 kilos. Oh my goodness, this is Gino's 666.
Number of the beast.
Gino loves this number of the power lifter, this 666. All right, let's see.
Easy.
Wow, easy.
Yeah, what I
for
tell
Jesse.
you, I was like, I have a feeling about this guy.
Wow,
and,
that's
and that
great.
feeling is paying off right now.
2-to-1 good left. Looks
you
like he
can-
got
yeah.
a call from the front. Yeah, it could have been his shoulders not quite locked out, maybe his hips, maybe even his knees.
I think it was most likely his
I
shoulders.
think it was probably
yeah.
his shoulders as well, I agree. Looks like we're waiting for Abraham to come out on platform 1. I don't know if he's going to time out or... Here he comes.
He's,
Yeah, looks like we're all right. It's the last attempt of the day, 205 kilos. This will keep Abraham in second place in the guest lifter, all the guest lifters. Let's see it.
Wow, very
Nice
nice.
lockout from Abraham.
Meanwhile, Mark,
Gino congratulating him on that.
Mark looking for 462. Will the judges give it to him?
Let's see about that. Of course, Mark wearing knee sleeves for
I
his
know.
deadlift, totally allowed.
Yeah, and I've actually noticed a trend this weekend specifically. A lot of
Yeah,
our
with a
masters
few people
lifters-
doing that, yep.
Yeah, and it just helps keep the joint warm. It helps just keep pressure around the joint, which can help the lifter, feel their muscles that surround the joint and better engage those muscles. But also, like, sometimes these lifts are hard on your joints, especially when you're getting up there in age. And
Hey, I'm not too far away from wearing knee sleeves on my deadlifts as well.
yeah, whatever helps you, get through your lift, honestly.
Ruben fighting for 222 kilos on his last attempt.
Yes.
He's happy with that. I'm glad he ended the day 3 for 3 on deadlifts.
Me too. He took a little bumpy start and really turned it around.
Yeah, he's gonna be in third place with that lift for now. Hopefully he can keep that position on the podium.
Sean making his second attempt look very good.
And of course, when we're talking about all these places and forecasted places, you're looking to compete within your weight class for the most part. So we're talking about your weight class and also your age division.
That's
so
right.
the teen versus the master, and then there's the open as well, which is all of the ages, and then also your weight class. And the guest lifters are all just grouped together.
That's right. All those guest lifters are lifters who are lifting from out of state. But we've got Pasquale on platform 1 taking his third attempt of 551 pounds. And then another conventional lifter in Terrence on the other platform, synchronized deadlift.
Yeah, wow, that was
Except
great.
you can see the range of motion on one much smaller than the other.
And Terrence, I believe, missed his opener. I think he just timed out, and he jumped quite a bit of weight from that 182 supposed opener.
He said, you know what, I don't even need 400
Yeah,
pounds.
wow. I wonder
Give
if he
me
did
four-
take it in the back or something.
Give me 450 instead. And Dan going for 551 for his third attempt on platform 1, and we've got a 500+ pound deadlift over on platform 2 as well for Alexander. Man, I do feel for these lifters on platform 1. This flight is so short.
Yeah,
Such
wow.
a quick turnaround for these big lifts. You see Mr. at Parbell
Yeah.
on Instagram. Brendan Parb on, back of the coach there. Just wasn't quite able to lock that out, unfortunately, for Dan.
Yeah, and we talk about this small flight. I think the stereotype with powerlifting, kind of those memes you see online, is that powerlifters like to take a lot of time between their attempts.
Yeah.
And even between their sets in the gym during just a normal workout. You're lifting a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So you want to take as much rest time as possible, not too much time.
Not too
you
much
want to have
time.
just enough time to be recovered, but not getting cold, like we say.
Exactly.
And in this flight where it's just 7 lifters, that's a pretty quick turnaround time.
Yeah.
So.
And as a matter of fact, that flight is already done.
Yeah, wow, good for them.
Yeah, we're already moving on to flight B of session 4 with Michael taking 396 for his opener. Meanwhile, Anthony getting ready to pull 512 on platform 2. Very nice.
Over 500 for a master's lifter is quite the deadlift to be had. 3 white lights.
I'm not sure how much he has left in the tank, but we'll see what his attempt place is. And Michael making this 396 look like an
nice
empty bar.
lockout from Michael. Yeah, something that we could talk about is this kind of extending of the back and the shoulders at the top of the lockout. You'll see a lot of lifters almost really lean back into that lockout, and that'll really sell it to your refs that I'm definitely locked out, my shoulders are locked out, my hips are locked out. The risk you run is the further you lean your upper body back, the more your knees could potentially unlock.
That's right.
So you got to kind of strike that balance.
That's right. I am of the mind, well, I would rather just stand straight up.
Yep.
But my body has other plans. My body tries to go for that extra lockout.
Wow, Andrew on the platform for about 2 seconds, taking his 205 kilo opener.
Blinked and I missed it.
Yeah, ripped it and just ran right off.
Noah with that very narrow stance sumo getting a very easy 578
Yeah, we call that a
pound.
froggy stance.
Yeah, that looked great though from him. We are officially 3 lifters in to flight B on platform 1. Scott looking to take 205. If I remember correctly, every single one of Scott's attempts looked hard. So I'm not even going to try to call how this is going to look.
Let's see.
I have faith.
Yeah,
so that
a little.
Easy.
It was good. Yeah. Let's see what the refs say.
Yeah.
3 white lights. Okay, good. Yeah, sold that lockout. Yeah, let's see what he jumps up to for his second. Angel taking 265 kilos for his second attempt on platform 2, 584.
Wow. Very nice hingy deadlift there for Angel. 584 moving well. It's a good lift for him.
Deadlift puts Angel in second place now in he's 100 kilo weight class, hoping to keep that position with whatever he pulls on his third.
It's going to be tight between him and Noah. They, it looks like right now, based on subtotal, they're only 5 kilos apart from each other.
Oh, wow.
Interested to see how
That'll
that
be
shakes
quite
out.
the fight. And we talk about this a lot in powerlifting. Sometimes it all comes down to the deadlift, and it is such a numbers game. You are allowed to change your deadlift attempts very close to when you actually pull the weight, which is not how it works for squat and bench.
That's right.
Edwin coming out for his second now.
He took off the shirt. He's going suit, no shirt.
Yeah. He is. Taking 275, 606 for his second attempt.
Let's go, Edwin.
Of course, Edwin's in a league of his own right now. He's projected first and will stay there.
And the way he's pulling conventional, too, instead of sumo, I find that to be kind of uncommon.
It's a lot harder in the suit. you know, because just all your mass is in one place and you really
Yeah.
have to fight to grab onto the bar.
Yeah.
Just like it was a fight to pull the bar down to your chest on bench or squat to depth, you really have to pull yourself down to that bar, and it's just easier when there's less body in the
That's
way
right.
for sumo.
That's right.
So good on Edwin for keeping that conventional stance equipped.
That looked great. It was a very good deadlift for him.
He is a textbook equipped lifter. He really is. He's been doing it for years, and he's got it down. All right, Wyatt's going to take 297 kilos now for his second attempt. 655. Wow. And Ding on platform 1 taking 230 kilos for his opener.
Wow.
Yeah, Wyatt forecasted first still in the teen and open classes.
With a 717.5 total.
Incredible.
Gino, excited.
Wow.
Kickstart my heart
Just
by
as
Motley
fast as
Crue in
his
the
opener.
background.
Yeah, that's Gino's song.
Yeah, it is.
That's a song to be pulling to if you're at a lift with Gino.
So you see here Ding on platform 1, when he did that lockout, you could see
Yeah.
his knees wobble a little bit, and
Let's
that's
see.
what the
Yeah, he
left-hand
did
referee
get called
called.
once for that.
Yep.
Still 2 white lights, so a good lift. Hopefully he'll clean it up on his next attempt.
Meanwhile, we have platform 2 loading up the
Wow.
bar.
Oh my gosh.
Look at all those plates.
317.5 kilos on the bar. That is 699.97 pounds. So we're
yeah.
just about at 700 pounds here.
We'll round it. It's
We'll
7.
round it up. We'll
Let's
we'll
go,
give it
Jesse.
to him.
Let's go, Jesse. And he's not even. This is not even the last deadlift of the day.
No. Just a second.
That's right.
And everything's been pretty easy for Jesse today. William fighting for 240 on his opener. Maybe a little slower than he would have liked. We'll see what he takes for his second.
Good
2 to 1 good
regardless,
lift for
though.
him. Oh, 3 to 1 good lift.
Excellent starting position by Jesse. It's just so satisfying to
Yep.
watch. Oh,
Wow. Moving
that's
like an
so
opener again.
Nice.
3 white lights.
So Jesse, he's in the 100-kilo men's open class. He is definitely going to win this weight class today. Second place and third place. There's quite a gap between him and second and third. But still, he's going to keep pushing himself.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Daniel on platform 1 taking 250 kilos, 551 pounds. All right, Daniel had quite the snappy lockout at the hips for his squat, so I wonder if we'll see
Yeah.
that same kind of thing happen with this deadlift here. Mark walking out for 212.5 kilos. He also has a very similar stance to his squat on his deadlift.
Yeah.
Okay, snappy lockout from Daniel. Let's see. It might have bobbled a bit. Didn't quite catch it.
I think it was
3
okay.
white lights. Okay,
Yeah.
he's good.
And Mark really going for it.
Nice.
Is he locked out?
Let's see. Yep.
Yeah. Great work by
Aw,
Mark
he walks
there.
off happy. That's great to see. Good job, Mark.
Imagine pulling almost 500 pounds and you're 58 years old.
Yeah, wow. There's that Boston barbell coach.
Lachlan going for 260 kilos on his opener. The confidence is there.
Ooh, something we could talk about that you might have been wondering what's going on these deadlifts is all the baby powder on
That's
the
right.
thighs and the socks.
That's
that baby
right.
powder is there because it dries and smooths out your skin, you know, just like a baby, and it helps you pull that bar up your legs. A lot of times the bar can get kind of like stuck on your thighs. And
Yeah.
the baby powder just helps smooth things out a bit.
It reduces that friction. So over here on platform 3.
Good fight
I
from
think
Sean. Let's see.
It was a good fight. We'll see what the refs say. I think I might have seen something. Yeah, and the right-hand referee agrees. So a little bit of supporting on the thighs there.
Yeah, which we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, and that's probably like as good of an example as we're going to see today because a lot of these lifters, they're lifting to standard. So
Yep.
not a lot of ramping. So not a lot of opportunity to show you guys what
Yep.
that infraction looks
You know,
like.
this is a state championship,
That's
so
right.
we are seeing some like elite level lifting going on here.
That's right.
Marcus coming out to take, 280 kilos for an opener
Wow.
as a 90 kilo lifter.
This
Over
is-
3 times
yeah.
body weight for his opener.
This is the big boy session.
Yeah. And Alexander taking 240 kilos for his last attempt. Good fight out of Alexander.
Very excited with the way
Wow,
he
and
put the bar
280
down.
flies
Good
for
job.
Marcus. Yeah, that was great.
And a good 617, I think, by
Yeah,
Marcus,
happy with that.
Everybody's just leaving Gino hanging.
Yeah.
He's so disappointed.
All right, we're starting second attempts of the last flight on platform 1, and we're finishing up our first flight on platform 2.
Anthony calmly walking up to take this 534. He's like,
Anthony's been calm and smiling all day.
It's like he's like meditative almost.
Yeah.
You know, all I have to do is just
Pick
rip
it up.
the bar. No big deal, no stress, no worries.
Ugh, just a little too heavy today. Again,
but
that
he's
smile.
happy,
He's all
happy.
right.
He said, guys, I gave it a shot. You know, I tried, and you know that's okay that I failed. I'll get it next time, he says. Michael going for 429. Slows down around the knees, but he is able to lock it out. I think that's a pretty good lift.
Yeah, I think he just
And
signaled that he's going to scratch his third.
Yeah, no.
Which honestly, a good call.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a tough second. And you know, if you're happy with your performance for the day, if you're not looking to pull some crazy PR, meet a crazy goal on your third attempt, it's all right to scratch that last attempt.
That's right.
Of course, the lifters in this flight will get a minute for that, I believe.
It depends on how
Depends. It might not. Yeah.
So interestingly, Terrence is deadlifting in heels, which some people like to do.
Yeah.
That was a good lift for him. It just it helps some people engage their posterior chain.
Yep.
Not having to stretch their hamstrings so
Yep.
far to reach down to the bar. Most people don't do that. Like you see more
you are
commonly, like,
adding a
ollie
little
lifters.
bit of ROM.
Yeah.
Range of motion.
Yeah, a little ROM. Like you kind of can get pitched forward a little bit at the start, which can be hard to recover from. But ollie lifters do it all the time, you know, and they're throwing the weights over their head. So who says we can't do it too in powerlifting, right?
Good lift out of Andrew 220 for his second attempt on platform 1. And here comes Noah on platform 2, taking 277 kilos for his last attempt, about 612 pounds.
So he does, I believe he does need to make this to have a chance of being in second place.
Oh, wow. And he made light work of it.
So his total goes up from 685 to 700.
Nice, securing that 700 total.
So Angel coming up, if he makes this.
Scott having a little bit of a tough time locking out on platform 1. Let's see what they say. 2-1 good lift,
2-1,
okay.
that's all you need.
Yeah, looks to us from the front a little bit
That's
difficult, so we'll see what happens on his third.
And Angel, if he makes this, he will pull into second place. He'll win by 5 kilos over, not win, but he will be in second place over Noah by 5 kilos. But if he does not make this, then he will remain in third place for the men's 100-kilo open division.
All right, so a difference between third and second here on platform 2. Oh,
I think he's gotten it.
Let's see. Sells that lockout. Let's see.
Sells it, but about
Just
his
barely
knees.
holds on. All right, 3 white
perfect.
lights. All right, he's happy with that. He'll end the day in second place.
Yeah,
good for him.
Good for him.
Good day for Angel. And a great day for Noah as well, who went 9 for 9.
Here comes Edwin with 639, which honestly, in single ply, it's so impressive.
Yeah.
It's so
incredibly.
Like 639 pounds for deadlift. Like he must just be good at deadlifting too.
I was going to say, you know, I bet Edwin's raw deadlift is not far off from his equipped.
We have Michael over here taking a frog stance for his 501. Frog stance kind of blends some of the benefits of conventional into a sumo deadlift, but it also carries over some drawbacks as well.
Yep.
But seems to be no matter for Michael here, making 501 look easy. And then Edwin with his conventional third attempt looks pretty strong.
Yeah,
and
looks
solid.
nice. Let's see. Oh, he's very happy with that.
We'll see what the side refs say.
2-1 good lift. Good for
Okay,
him. All right. Ends a day 8 for 9, which is honestly an incredible feat when you're an equipped power lifter. Good for him. Conrad taking 227 for his second attempt on platform 1. And we're coming up on the last 2 deadlifts of the day on platform 2.
That's right.
Oh, I'm sorry, just for this flight.
For
yeah.
the flight, yep.
All right, wow. Wyatt taking 312 kilos, 688 pounds.
So Wyatt is in flight A. Peter Parker. Patrick Peter. Patrick Peter is in flight B. So Wyatt here is looking to make sure that he puts up a total that Patrick cannot beat
Yep.
because they're not in the same flight. They're not head to head. Why? Well, he's competing against him head to head in a different flight. So,
Oh, and
unfortunately,
just a little heavy for him today.
just a little bit too much. Maybe 2 to 5 kilos too much.
Yeah, a bit of a
So,
big jump from his second attempt, which, you know, that's the risk you run.
That's right. So he'll end the day with a 730 kilo total, which is
Wow,
what
which
Patrick's
is
looking
incredible.
to beat. Yeah. Ding with 540 pounds on the bar. Very nice second
pretty
attempt.
easy for Ding. Something you'll see a lot on deadlifts is like shaking of the legs. And as long as that doesn't cause the bar to move up and down, you will not be penalized for that. That's not exactly something you can control.
That's right.
All right, Jesse, ending the day, 332.5 kilos on the bar, 733 pounds. This is an incredible pull from Jesse.
That's right. Man, and he's just
repping those slack pull socks.
Picture of a good deadlifter.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, can he pull
This might be one of the heaviest deadlifts of the day.
It is one of the heaviest of the day. That is correct. Wow.
All right. Wow. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think he might have. 2 to 1 no
so
lift.
his shoulders were a little forward.
His shoulders were a little forward. I was gonna say he did get his hips ended up in a pretty good place, but his shoulders didn't quite lock out. Still a great pull.
Still a great pull, and you can't take that away from him.
Yeah, a gym pull for sure.
Yeah. And that's where, you know, he was wearing that T-shirt, but it just wasn't quite enough. It wasn't quite enough to cover the shoulders a little locked out.
All right, which means we're moving on to second flight on platform 2. We're back to openers, looking for these to move fast. And we're in the middle of flight 2 on platform 1. All right, here comes Daniel, 267.5 kilos, about 590 pounds for second attempt. And Dylan opening up with 402 pounds.
So you'll see here Daniel, adjusting his belt on the platform. And that's actually the only piece of equipment you're allowed to adjust on the platform.
Yep.
But you can see, he's making sure he's got his brace set and then putting his belt over that to kind of layer over stability to create as much pressure as he can with that brace.
And it was a good lift for Dylan on platform 2.
A little shaky
good
on the
fight
lockout,
from Daniel. Yeah, let's see whether or not that was up and down or anything. Nope, through that light, it's clean, good lift. All right, here comes Jason from NUPL.
Jason.
Opening up with 215 kilos, 474 pounds. Of course, being a member of Northeastern, Jason competes both raw and equipped.
Oh, and he's a classic frog stance deadlift person.
Beautiful frog stance deadlift from
That's
Jason.
Right. And Lachlan with a 600-pound deadlift here for his second attempt.
Yeah, clean 600, 272.5.
The opener was very easy, so we'll see how this moved. Taking his time to set up his hook grip there.
Of course, he's got that full minute. Got about 20 seconds.
Oh, very
nice. Wow,
nice.
Beautiful.
He looks tired, but he looks like he's still got some more.
Yeah, he's got some left for his third for sure.
And we see Jacob over here with the ultra high belt placement.
Yep.
Making sure that doesn't get in the way of him getting down to the bar. 496 easy for him.
Easy opener for him. All right, Marcus Brown jumping 12 kilos. Yeah, 12 kilos from his opener. 292.5 kilos, 645 pounds just about.
Marcus needs to worry about Lachlan here in these last final pulls.
All right, it's a battle between the two of them.
That's right. It
All
is.
Right.
They're currently
in the 90 kilo open.
Separated by only 5 kilos.
Oh, wow. So this is going to be quite the deadlift battle. I wonder if anyone will put in a false third attempt.
Oh, I hope so.
Wow. Easy opener for Andrew on platform 2.
And Marcus making good work of that.
Yeah, blinked and I missed that 250 kilo opener. Same for Marcus, honestly, with that second attempt.
waiting on both Lachlan and Marcus to put in their third
Yeah.
and final deadlift attempts. They are able to change those
Yep.
attempts that they put in up to 2 times after they initially put it in.
Yep.
So we'll see how the game plays, but the game is afoot here.
Something that you'll see a lot of the time when we get into these kind of deadlift battles, as we call them, is that someone will put in a falsely high third attempt
Yeah.
to kind of try and intimidate the other
Yeah,
guy.
force the other lifter to go higher than they're
They want
capable
to, yep.
Yeah, and then force the miss. So you'll see Jackson here opting for kind of like a strongman style start and a strongman style stance.
Yep.
But he's a big guy. Look at
Yeah, wow, and it worked.
him. Yeah, it really did.
Made lightweight of 272 kilos.
That's right.
And blinked and I missed Scott's, honestly.
I know,
3
me
white
too.
lights. Good for him. Ending the day with some good deadlifts. He'll end up 4th in that open class, and I think he'll win his Master 2 90-kilo weight class.
Always good to end on a high note like that, especially because today he's been pushing himself to the limit. Let's go, Andrew. Fight through it. Oh,
Just dropped it at the top.
That's just so hard. He's such a long way to go with that bar, too.
Yeah.
Here comes Zachary, 622 pounds. Definitely
Nice.
not light, but definitely more in the tank there as
Yep.
well. Controlled,
You
I'll
know, like
say.
we said, it was very controlled, so maybe that's just how he lifts. All right, Conrad. Ending the day with 512 pounds. Looking to stay in 2nd place in the juniors 90-kilo weight class.
Fighting, patient, and is able to lock it out. That's what sumo
Nice.
pulling's all about, is
Yep.
staying so patient off the floor like that.
All right, here comes Pat Peter from NUPL.
So he's looking to make up some ground so that he can challenge Wyatt to be the winner of the 110
Yeah, got his
weight
former
class.
NUPL teammates cheering him on. That's his girlfriend in the back.
Aww.
Spotting and loading.
She's like, don't you mess this up.
And Pat's quite the puller, so hopefully this
I
is an
do
easy
remember
opener.
this. A little harder, I think, than
Alright.
maybe he wanted it to be. It looked like his thumbs maybe unraveled on his thighs a little
Yeah,
bit.
he does have quite a bit of tape on his thumb, so maybe he's
Yeah.
battling some calluses. Yeah, 2-1, it was a good lift.
I would make sure he goes and puts some baby powder on those legs.
Yep.
Here comes Michael. 3rd deadlift, 518 pounds. Oh, very nice work by Michael
Yep.
for his 3rd deadlift.
He'll end the day happy
He
with
was,
that.
yeah, he was happy with that, and I would be too, with how that moved. There's something about, like, on occasion, not all the time, but on occasion, when you leave a meet with more in the tank, something that feels nice.
Yep.
It's like a confidence boost, gives you some momentum going into the next one. I am a big fan of kind of like maxing out when you can, but,
Yeah.
but sometimes it doesn't make sense to do that. Alessandro just 650, ripping it for his 1st attempt. Wow, just like a leg press almost, like hydraulically just zooms
Yeah, that was
off
great.
the floor.
So we're approaching this Lachlan-Marcus Brown kind of deadlift battle. Right now, Marcus does have an attempt in that is 5 kilos higher than Lachlan's last attempt. So we'll see how that ends up playing out.
That's right, because
That puts Marcus with a forecasted total of just 2 kilos above Lachlan.
And Lachlan will be lifting first, so he needs to make that lift.
Yes.
If he does not make that lift, then Marcus can go down.
Yep. And Marcus will still win by a safe margin then if he does.
That's right.
Wow, huge opener out of Chris on platform 2. Oh, and a fight on platform 1.
Let's go, Ding.
Wow.
Let's go, Ding. Come on, come on,
hold
come
on
on,
to
come
that
on.
bar. Wow, quite a
Wow.
fight. All right,
Oh
let's see
my
what they say
goodness.
about that.
I would have given up by then.
3 white lights, good for him.
Yeah.
That's a great note to end the day on.
Wow, speedy opener by
Yeah,
Chris.
whoa. 650 pounds.
With the Natalie Richards style lockout
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a much bigger person than Natalie Richards, though.
He'll take a huge jump, I'm sure, for his second.
No doubt. 771 for Justin Robinson. So when
Oh my
we
gosh.
said he lifts heavy, we did not. We weren't joking. We were serious. I hope he pulls close to 900 pounds today.
That would be insane.
That might be a little unreasonable to ask, but I hope he does.
For your sake. All right, a
Will
fight from William. Oh,
really shaking.
fighting the shaking.
Oh,
and just
no.
didn't have it. Such a fight, though. Good effort.
That was a very good effort. And here he comes, Justin, with a 771-pound deadlift. This is just the
I
start.
bet this is going to fly.
I
I can't
sure
even
hope so.
imagine.
For a second, I thought he was just going plain double overhand. I'm like, that's a move, but he's going hook grip. He's going hook grip. And you can see here his left arm.
Oh my gosh.
See how his left arm's kind of bent?
Yeah. That's so interesting.
So he was having problems on bench with getting that start command, and I think it is just a movement restriction
It
for
looks
that elbow.
like it is.
Yeah.
That is very interesting that it's so noticeable on deadlifts.
And he's shaking his head over here. He's like, I don't know, that didn't move the way I wanted to. I think he's got
that
plenty more.
flew. Yeah, wow.
Maybe 900's a little too much to ask, but certainly somewhere in the mid 800s.
All right, we got Daniel Williams out on platform 1, taking 280 kilos for his last attempt. His second was a bit of a fight, but I think he's got this.
Yeah, you just got to repeat what he did on that second attempt. That same ritual, locking down that rib cage, and then layering the belt over to make sure he's got a really good foundation for a solid brace.
Yeah, deadlift the brace is always so important just for safety and stability, but on deadlifts especially, it can kind of make or break the lift. Wow, a fight, yeah.
Oh,
just had to give it up, yeah. Already moved up and down quite a bit.
That's right.
All right, well, that'll bring us into our Lachlan-Marcus Brown fight.
That's
so
right.
curious to see what happens there. Dylan locking out 192 kilos pretty nicely. Oh, 2-1 though.
I think he dropped
the
the
bar
a
little bit. Yeah, which I mentioned earlier, you gotta hold on to it.
Till the plates hit the ground.
Just
and you
kind
can't
of a
spike
respect thing, just kind of, you know, safety thing a bit, like.
That's right. But also, yeah, like this equipment is like thousands of dollars. And we want to keep it in as good of shape as we possibly can for as long as we
so
possibly
Lachlan
can.
is taking 287 kilos now. He needs this.
He does.
We've got some peeking through the curtains, maybe some coaches trying to scope out what the competition is doing. Oh, and Jason on platform 2 taking 225. Oh, smokes a second.
Lachlan, let's go.
Oh, and Lachlan makes a good work of 287. Oh, no. Oh, we dropped the bar.
Oh, no.
Oh, we got too excited. Oh, they can't give it to him. Oh, that is unfortunate. So yeah, Lachlan just he got the lift, but he just dropped it, and that's not going to be a good lift. But it looks like Marcus is keeping 302, so maybe it was never a battle to begin with.
Maybe, maybe.
Ending on that 666, yeah, Gino will be happy with that. The last pull of the day on platform 1, ending with that 666. Gino's going to love that. Oh, wow, barely a fight. Oh, just manages to hold on, too.
I want to see what they say about that left
shoulder. Looked like his grip was slipping a little bit, but he got it. All right, and that'll be the day for us on platform 1. We are in the middle of second attempts on platform 2. So got a bit of a ways to go. All right, Andrew taking 265. Whoa.
Wow. That was pretty
quick.
Yeah,
blink and you'll miss it again. I keep saying that, I feel like, especially for Andrew. 3 white lights for that speedy opener.
Jackson, big jump up to 650 for Jackson. I think he's looking to possibly make up some ground or at least defend second place from Zachary.
Yep.
It looks like Zachary's quite the deadlifter too, so I think the difference between second and third is big enough that gap won't be closed, but certainly wants to make sure that that's solid. And maybe get in a PR or two for Jackson. Here he comes.
Wow, yeah, 295.
The strongman style deadlift, remember?
Strongman style.
With the rolling. So that this style is very interesting. You roll the bar forward, and then as you roll it back towards you, you catch it at just the right time.
Yep, and it's a bit of a momentum thing. And it's working for Jackson.
It can really help you break the floor down.
He's been a good example of some kind of more unique techniques today. I believe he had that bit of a sinking bench as well.
Right, he did, yep. Here comes Patrick Peter, 650 pounds.
All right, Pat, he's got to hold on to this. Nervous about those thumbs.
I agree.
650 pounds.
Hopefully he's got some baby powder on his legs there so that, so that he can make this lift. He is solidly in first place.
And he does now, yeah.
Yep. Solidly in first place. Has the baby powder though, so hopefully he can go for a PR on this as well. Let's go, Pat.
See it.
That
Ooh,
looked much
moved better than his
honestly.
opener.
Oh,
Oh, I don't
We'll
know if he got
see.
that down command. I think he knows he didn't.
I couldn't tell if
I
the bar
couldn't
went
tell.
down.
Yeah, it looks like he did not
Yep.
keep it long enough for that down command. All right, hopefully he retakes it for his third.
At this point, there's nothing to risk if he did want to go up.
Yeah, that's
He has
true.
solidified first place for the 110 kilo open division. So if he wanted to go up, there's nothing really to risk if he's really looking for a PR.
Right.
And that could be a strategy. You know, is it the
I
strategy?
do know Kate likes to play it safe, but
I
we'll
know.
see. Last deadlift of the day, yeah, you know, kind of runs the least risk.
That's right. Here comes Zachary with 666 pounds on the bar. Lots of 666 deadlifts.
Yeah,
which makes me pretty happy, if
tons.
I'm being
Gina will
honest.
be happy.
20 kilo jump from his first to his second. His first looked kind of, you know, maybe a little more challenging than I would think for a first, but then again, every lifter's different.
Looking to
Second
secure
attempt.
this third place here.
Wow.
Wow, what a...
Oh! I think it,
wow.
I think it only stalled. I don't think it
I
went
don't
down.
believe...
At the very least,
Yeah, three-way
perfect.
lights clean. I thought that was very clean.
Very nice.
A fight, but super clean. Good for him. All right, I wonder if we'll scratch his third.
If I were him, I'd probably scratch
Yeah,
my third.
wow. All right, it is just incredible the numbers we are getting up to here.
Alessandro, 675 for a junior lifter.
You know, we mentioned before that Justin was not seeming so happy with his first attempt at massive 350 kilo pull. He only jumped 15 kilos, which when you're opening with at 350 kilos, that's honestly kind of a small jump.
Yeah, I agree.
Alessandro taking 307, 677 for junior lifter.
Let's see it. Let's see what that UMass Amherst has in the water there for you.
Alessandro's got that first place in the 125 kilo weight class, pretty secure.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
Leaves lots of room on the table for like a 700-pound deadlift, maybe.
Yeah.
First third attempt. I'm probably such a bad influence here. I'm like, chase after the milestones, baby.
Putting it out into the universe.
That's right. You know, if I could manifest that for him, I'm sure he would love that.
Christopher, just been a powerhouse today.
That's right.
320 kilos, 705 pounds. This might be the first time he's pulled over 700.
He does need to make this lift. If he doesn't make this lift and second place makes their third attempt, you know, he's risking potentially losing first place.
Interesting.
So, yeah, so he does need to make this lift and then, you know, at least go, and then hope that either Jackson misses his third attempt or go up a little more to compensate for Jackson's third. So he's not totally won yet. This will come down to the last pulls for the 125 kilo open division.
Right, another battle.
And you see the Boston Barbell
Whoa.
coach in the background, looking to see how this goes.
Yeah.
Looking to see, like, what should I do?
That was a crazy lockout from Chris.
It was.
All right, jumping up now. Oh my goodness.
300. This is my
a whole plate.
This is my total.
Oh, nearly.
365 kilos is my whole total. And he's pulling it on deadlift. 804 pounds, ladies and germs.
365 kilos getting loaded onto this bar.
Look at all those reps.
804 pounds.
Wow. Everyone's starting to get excited for this last deadlift.
I don't know if I can make this corner. Can you slide that one? Thank you. All right, you're good.
Everybody's getting excited.
All right,
now.
everyone's
They
getting
say,
loud
"Come on,
for
Justin."
him. You got this, Justin.
Let's go, Justin.
Oh my goodness.
This
We're
will-
just holding our
wow.
breath over here.
This will be a 35-pound meet PR successful.
Wow.
Northeast Regionals, he tried for 848 to pull for the win and didn't quite get it. So can he get this to secure a meet PR?
Wow, that was really
Wow.
Bit of a bobble at the top, but I don't believe any up and down.
I
Yeah,
think it's
3
just a
white
little
lights.
sticky on the thighs. He should
Yeah.
have his coach go put some more baby powder on
I
his legs.
cannot
And
believe. I have no idea what he'll even put in for his third.
I think he should go for redemption. Go for that missed third pull from Northeast Regionals, 848 pounds, whatever that is in kilos. I have my open powerlifting
Yeah,
sets in pounds.
Let's see.
But
See if I can do some quick math.
you know, he's not risking anything here.
That'll
There's
be
no
like a 385.
Yeah, there's no head-to-head battle in the weight class.
So he would have to jump 20 kilos, which is more than he jumped from his first to his second. So it would be a bit of a YOLO, but
not unheard of.
Not unheard of. And you know what? He's had a great day. He's got that win secured.
That's right.
Weight class, you know, he's not having to battle it out with anyone else.
He could just focus on himself this time around.
Exactly.
For himself. I mean, yeah.
All right, Dylan. Ending the day with 197.5 kilos. He missed 192 and jumped up. I can't remember why. Let's see if he can redeem it here. It looked pretty good to me. Let's see if there was any slight up and down. Nope,
nice.
3 white lights.
Very nice for Dylan there. The risk paid off, as they say.
All right, Jason.
Let's go, Jason.
A fan favorite for sure. He's got his whole team basically here behind him.
That's right.
Former team, I should say.
Their team in spirit.
Sad as it is.
The alma mater here to support.
Not officially representing NUPL. 237.5 kilos, 524 pounds just about. He wants this.
He doesn't just want it. He
needs it.
He needs it. Come on, Jason. Another referee in USA Powerlifting
Oh, yeah.
as well. We really want this for one of our fellow friends here. Come on, Jason. Oh, no doubt.
Oh, so
No
easy. Oh, so easy for Jason. Ends the day on a great
Jason.
note.
He's excited.
Jason went 9 for 9. He had a great meet. I'm so proud of the kid.
Next up, we have Jacob Swan from TSP, going 257.5.
Yep, jumped 12 from his second.
It's almost
Maybe
30
looking.
pounds. That's a pretty big, I mean, it's not a big jump, but that must mean that they were really confident about what he had left in the tank.
Yeah, he's looking to pull into first here, just edging out Jason. He will need this to secure that first place.
For that first place Raw Junior.
Yep.
110 kilo division.
Let's see.
That's definitely why they loaded it.
Bit slow off the floor. Can he pull it all the way through?
Oh my god.
Oh, he almost sold me. I almost thought he had it.
I
So it
did
looks
re-
like he'll end the
yeah.
day in second place by just 2 kilos.
Dang. They went for it, and that's all you can ask
Yeah,
for,
good
right?
for him. Good effort. And he had a pretty good day otherwise. Yeah, went 7 for 9. All right, 285 for Andrew's third. Let's see.
It's no chump change there. That's 628 pounds.
Looking to maybe
for junior.
stay in second place, it looks like, in the 125s for the juniors.
Come on, Andrew. The good news is you can really grind out a conventional deadlift. Not that he needed
Nice,
to.
wow. Yeah,
Didn't need
he
to.
left so much in the tank there.
Give him a fourth attempt. There are no fourth attempts in USA Powerlifting,
Yeah.
but if there were, give him one.
He had another 9 for 9 day.
That's right.
Wonder if that was a goal of his, just to go 9 for 9. That's a great feeling to not miss any lifts. Good
That's
for
so
him.
right. So Patrick is going to retake, just as you
Yep.
suggested. Retake that 295.
You know, I think that's the right call. I think he'll be happy to end on this instead of leave just 285 on there,
Yeah.
which, you know, not that 285 is anything light. All right, I know he can do this. He can clean it up.
That's right.
Here he comes. Deadlift on, baby powder on the legs.
Yep.
Chalk on the hands. Wow, I
No, that's okay.
am at the end of my speaking capabilities for today.
Let's see it, Patrick.
He's got this.
You got this, Patrick. All right, let's see it.
Let's see.
Come on.
Flies off the floor, gets stuck at the knees. Ooh, that looked pretty good to me.
It did look. It looked better.
He held on.
Yep.
They made him hold on for a while. Let's see it. All right, 2-1, good lift. He
Nice.
got it. Good for you, Pat. He'll end the day happy.
All right, here comes Jackson. First place is definitely out of reach for him now in the 125 kilo division.
Yeah.
But that's okay. He's solidly in second place.
Yep.
And he did go up 10 kilos from his previous. That's about 22 pounds.
Looking to end the day for 9.
Yeah, I imagine this is going to move pretty well for him.
Nice,
Well,
good
locked it
fight.
out. Interested to see if like his heel came up.
Yeah, which is some rocking is allowed.
Maybe? Yeah.
All right.
All right. Good
Yeah,
for him.
good
Hell
lift.
yeah. Sorry for the kids lifting at home. Heck yeah. Next up, we have Zachary George.
These are our last 4 deadlifts of the day. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for supporting from home. Zachary looking to end with a 310 kilo pull.
Let's go, Zach. I'm wondering
Taking
if
his
he's
time
gonna-
coming out.
he's either-
Yeah, I wonder.
I wonder if he's gonna time it out. His second attempt looked very hard.
Oh, is that? Yeah,
So I
you're
wonder
right. I
if
do
he
remember that.
Just put in an attempt. And
Yeah,
then was like,
maybe.
I'll see how I feel, when my time comes up. But we're more than halfway through his 60-second timer now, and his second attempt was very challenging for him. So I think he's probably just gonna let this time out.
Yeah.
Which is the respectable thing to do.
Yep.
Especially because this flight isn't like a huge flight. So making sure you're still giving your spotters and loaders time, especially with these big deadlifts, giving them that extra 60 seconds to rest is so needed, and giving your competitors time to rest as well.
Yep.
The big boys, need
Yeah,
time
he did
to
scratch.
rest.
Yeah, they do. And he did scratch, so we're gonna jump 7 kilos now for Alessandro's last attempt, 317 kilos.
We only have 4 more deadlifts, ladies and gentlemen.
3 more. Now that we're done with Zachary, yep.
Oh, true, yeah, 3 more, girls and boys. Do not tune out yet. 699.9.
Wow, Alessandro's just blown me away today. He's looking to go 9 for 9 with this last pull here.
If he makes this, he'll have an 805
Total, which is just another level. 699 pounds. Let's see.
A very respectable 1770 something total for a raw junior lifter. Conventional. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You just know. Some
wow,
of those you just know. And
that was a
one,
great third attempt.
starting
Good
position.
call by his coach or handler.
Immaculate.
Wow.
Immaculate choices there.
Yeah, that was amazing. Oh my God, he walks off so happy, carrying his handler off the stage.
Here comes Chris, looking to go for 750 on the deadlift.
And looks like Justin is going to be just short of that 385, I believe we said it was, that he missed at regionals. Looking to just secure that 375. I think he'll have that, though, and end the day on a good note.
Yep. Meanwhile, Chris, solidly in first place for the men's raw open 125 kilo weight class.
Yep.
Currently at 772. If he makes this, he'll go up to 792 for a total. That's pretty big.
That's insane.
All right, the calm before the storm. Setting up.
Oh my goodness. All right. Oh,
can he do it?
Can he get
Can he
it?
finish?
All right. Wow. Let's see what they say. Was there a bit of a bobble?
It's so hard.
Oh
when
my
your knees
goodness.
are like that, when
Three
you're
white
woke up
lights.
A little early. Hell yeah.
Wow,
3 white lights.
good
I
for
know it's not showing
him.
up for you guys down
Yeah,
there, but it is
sorry
showing
about
up for us
that.
on Lifting Cast. So if you're following along in Lifting Cast, you saw that good lift.
Yeah, he's happy. We just heard him. We just heard him come off the platform. He's happy.
Let's go.
I would be too if I pulled 340 kilos.
So it looks
One
like
day.
like you said, Justin's not going for the 848 redemption. However, this will be. He just pulled 804, and now he's going for a 22-pound PR from just now, which was a 35-pound PR. So over almost 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Over his best meat deadlift. Should he execute this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that 7 reds?
This might be one of the biggest deadlifts that I've ever witnessed in person. I mean,
Gino working the crowd. Let's go. Make some noise for Justin.
You've
the
got to
very
pull
last-
it if Gino is screaming into the mic for
That's
you.
right. The last deadlift of the
Oh my
day.
goodness.
Let's make it happen, Justin. Come on. Oh, can he lock it
get
out?
it? Is he locked out? All right, let's see what
A
they
little
say.
sticky on the legs.
Let's see. 2-to-1 good lift.
Oh, yes.
Wow,
So
good
that's-
for
yeah.
him.
That will cap off the day. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks for joining us.
This year's 2024 USA Powerlifting Massachusetts State Championships is officially over. We appreciate your time and support in the live stream
Yeah,
here.
thanks again for supporting all these lifters from home.
That's right. You know, without you guys' support, these guys wouldn't be able to keep doing what they're doing and putting up these big weights in the platform.
So
we wanna
thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
See you later.
bye.